To lead the Skol chant and sound the Yaller horn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. Skol, 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 baby. Let's go.
Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome to the Let's Skol Show. I'm Fish. With me, as always, I have Mr. Positivity, Cody Bowden. He who greets with smoke, Skullful Shack. Keith will be joining us shortly. Tonight, we've got a recap of Week 3 and a preview of Week 4, where we're going to be taking on the Cleveland Browns in London. This is the second of our 2 overseas games in a row, and we've got some enemies to skol with tonight. This week on SKOLing With The Enemy, we've got at least 4 Browns fans joining us to talk about the game, and we might be outnumbered this week, so keep your left up for the later rounds, fellas. And we're also going to be inviting the audience members on one at a time to come on stage and ask the mixed panel a question. New wrinkle to this segment. Let's see how it goes. So the first quarter of this season is done. How did we do? What's the current state of Skol? And what does the second quarter hold for us? Cody's going to call it. We're going to go around the Gallahorn, and we're going to give our weekly predictions and hot takes. But before we jump into all that, let's break this ice. If you could bring back one player from the KOC era to join this squad, who would it be? All he had to do is play for KOC at some point in KOC's coaching career. Who you boys got? Let me lead you off. I already know. Aaron Darnold.
It's the easy one. That's an easy bring him back. I wonder why we let him go.
Skol, everybody.
I'll say, because I feel like most of the players during the KOC era is kind of still here that, people will really want back. But I'll go with Dalvin Cook. But if we got the good Dalvin Cook, not the washed Dalvin Cook, I would have took him back to go.
I said Aaron Darnold. I meant Aaron Donald, of course. Y'all know who I was talking about.
Sam.
Like how fresh are we getting them? Are we getting them in during their Super Bowl run, or
hey, during the KOC era, man? They went to a Super Bowl with KOC's the offensive coordinator.
I'm going Triple Crown winner Cooper Kupp.
Just Cody's like, screw it. We're going to throw another wide receiver out for a spring quarterback to throw to.
The Rams players? Shit. Yeah.
Just had to play. It could be the Washington, whatever you want to call them.
No, I go Cooper. Or I'm going Rob Halverstein, the right tackle for them. In this state right now where we're at on the offensive line, it might probably Rob Halverstein.
Or Whitworth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Stafford. Like, oh man.
Tell us in the chat, anybody from the KOC coaching era, a player who's played for him, who would you bring to join this Vikings roster right now? One player to help.
I would say they did have CJ Anderson, right? C.J. Anderson was one of the running backs for the Rams when they won that Super Bowl?
He might have been. I don't think he played as much. Ever since he left Denver, he didn't play as much. I remember I can't believe they got rid of him. He's a 1,000-yard back every year. Then he just leaves and he wasn't just disappeared. It felt like.
Cody's favorite comment of the night.
Yeah. See, that's a good one too with that Ed Ingram thing. He's got a perfect score, but he plays on a crappy offensive line. So sometimes you're going to look like that solid piece of crap out of the diarrhea, if you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day,
he's got a perfect run blocking score.
He's still a turd. He's still a turd. Just a little solider on the diarrhea side.
I'll say probably Odell Beckham. He was there for that year.
Yet another wide receiver for our third string quarterback to throw to.
Yeah.
How about, wasn't Jalen Ramsey pretty good on that team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him.
Well, yeah, he did get burned on that very last play. I remember that, and that's when Donald got the sack.
Man. In the Vikings team, it's hard.
All right, so let's do a little recap of the Pittsburgh Steelers game. Took a tough loss to the Steelers in Dublin, Ireland, 24-21. We're 2-2 on the year. The offense really couldn't get it going in the first half. DK Metcalf burned our defense for an 80-yard touchdown. Our sort of healthy O-line didn't last long, and then we ended up losing Ryan Kelly and Brian O'Neill. We did have a chance on the final drive to try to tie, but ultimately choked. Was there a delay of game? And
No.
There's a point where we were within 20 yards of a legit Riker chance, but we couldn't get it done. So give me your takes now that you all have slept on it a little bit.
See, I thought one of the second biggest play besides the DK Metcalf touchdown was when Peyton Wilson ran down Jordan Addison. That play ate up 61 seconds of clock. We could have scored sooner, and we did get the ball back, right, to run it down to get it down the field to score. That extra 40 seconds that we could have had and saving a timeout during that process would have definitely helped us out, and maybe we could have
probably would have made it so we wouldn't have had to onside kick.
Yeah.
We could have kicked it and tried to play defense.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, that play is going to come back into something I'm going to say later on in the show because, yeah, that play really got me. It's not the catch, but it definitely made a decision for me on something else. Rewatching that game, it wasn't that horrible, like overall. I mean, like there were some bad plays, but I mean, how can you say that a quarterback can throw for 300 yards and it can be awful? I mean, granted, he made some bad decisions and all, but I don't know. It is disappointing that we couldn't punch the ball in. Settling for 2 field goals in the first half instead of getting touchdowns is probably the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. That touchdowns, not getting touchdowns is going to kill us.
Yeah.
It's starting to look like when we first got KOC, except we're not scoring that first drive touchdown or getting that first drive. It was either a touchdown or it'd be a turnover. Yeah. We almost had that first drive turnover, but luckily
you got reversed. Yeah,
Mason.
It used to be that with like when we had Cousins, it was scripted plays, touchdown. 2 quarters of non-scripted plays. We can't quite get cohesive. 4th quarter's heroics. We might win the game. Have 4th quarter comeback.
What was I saying about we've only scored 1 touchdown in the first half in the past like 5, 6 games?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You're not gonna be a successful team, especially when Aaron Rodgers is getting the ball out fast. He's eating up time on the clock. you're not going to win that game.
Yeah. We definitely got to get out faster. Last year we did a great job of jumping out and scoring, and maybe everybody started to catch up to us. But we definitely did a better job of getting out and playing from ahead instead of behind.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed KOC actually, so apparently he does have a quick game in his playbook.
So, we were pretty down after the game, but we had our aftercare. What do you guys think is the cause of our inability to score TDs in the first half?
Getting too cute, or I say for the most part, we're not trying to establish a run game in the red zone. If we even get in the red zone, when we do, we either back up due to penalties, which makes it, now we got to throw. The defense knows about to throw the ball, and then our offensive line is not blocking to standard. Maybe because, we had so many mix-ups during the preseason with the offensive line, and then the offensive line we throwing out there didn't have that many reps together. So the communication could be off, and we got a new quarterback.
I think you touched on a big one, Shaq, and I think that's pre-snap penalties. We're playing from behind the sticks.
You got pre-snap penalties, and and that goes along with the 27 brand new players to this roster. You can only field 53 on game day. Half your team's brand new, hasn't been playing in the system, and then that's where you think you get. That's where I think all these mistakes are coming from, because they don't know the proper system, don't know the cadences, especially from the quarterback. Not knowing the cadences from the quarterback. Right, the quarterback's brand new, hearing it from the headset. He's not used to these long, probably drawn-out plays. KOC's drawing out, because McVay, his plays take like 10 seconds just to spit out of your mouth. So I'm guaranteed it's probably the same thing from KOC. It's just not gelling well, and I'm gonna most of my blame on it is going to be because of the 27 out of the 53 brand new players. They just not having that much time to play together.
Way to go, Unc.
That's a big one right there.
There you go. Although we are in week 4, right? Preseason should not be a factor by now. But still. What up, Captain?
What's going on, fellas?
Give us your takes now that you've had your rest and you've slept on it and all that about losing that game and not scoring.
I haven't had a lot of rest, but I don't know. Definitely after the game, I think we definitely had a lot of overreaction because we expect more out of this team than what we've been getting, and the fact that we lost the game. But overall, I don't know. I think when we scored, 21 points, we should be able to win those games. We have a pretty good defense. The defense played well outside that 80-yard touchdown to DK. I think the defense played well. Yeah, we let Gainwell get 99 rushing yards, but that's okay. We weren't letting them score. And when you judge a defense, like when you rank defenses, you rank them by how many points they've given up, not how many yards they've given up. So overall, we played good. It's the offensive line, man. Like obviously, we gave up 6 sacks. We're giving up sacks at a historic rate, and we're not going to win that way. So it doesn't look like it's going to get much better. So we kind of just got to roll with what we got and hope one of these guys, like maybe Huber, surprises. What if Huber comes out and he just looks awesome? Like at least a step up from like a Brando. So couple of things that I noticed, Harrison Smith looks old and maybe he's still hurt, because I know that pass to DK, that was kind of on the linebackers, either between Wilson and Pace, but Harrison Smith was in position where an average safety, at least gets a hit on him, and he just took a bad angle and was slow with it. He only played 17 snaps, so either he's just getting old or he might still be hurt from whatever his injury was or whatever health issue he has that we still haven't heard about. That holding on the Miles Price kick return, which, that could have changed the game. I still haven't seen a hold. I've gone back and watched that play. I haven't seen a hold. That was pretty big. And just losing to Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers wasn't the quarterback of that team, this loss probably wouldn't have affected me so much. But just seeing him look over at the sideline, have that smug look on his face, and he's thinking, you guys didn't want me. But I'm going to be honest, man, he didn't do much. Outside of that 80-yard pass that DK ran himself, it was this 10-yard pass that he yacked it all the way. Aaron Rodgers threw for another 120 yards. But he still got the win and just had to deal with that smugness, man.
Remind you of that loss to the Broncos where Russell Wilson didn't do anything all game, threw that one TD and got to walk off doing this. Remember that one 2 years ago, Keith? Yeah.
Or that time when he was up on the sideline drinking, on the post game, drinking purple Gatorade. So he's got his ways and he got to do that. So that pissed me off.
Yep.
I don't know how much of that you guys already said. It says, I was doing my best to get here.
We appreciate
it. So I don't know if you guys have talked about Carson Wentz yet, but if you look at his stats, it seems like he had a good game. 30 of 46,
300 yards, right?
350 yards, 2 touchdowns, and had the 2 interceptions, which I believe both were deflected, but they're still interceptions, right, Fish?
I mean, it's what it boils down to. It's 2 picks, If he throws it to the receiver and it pops out of the receiver's hands and it's picked, it's still an interception, right?
Right. So, but there's some nuance to it. But anyways, 30 of 46, 350 yards, but he was sacked 6 times. And I don't know, a couple of them, it felt like he was holding the ball too long. But when I went back and looked, his average time to throw was 2.6 seconds, which isn't great.
Well, let's look at it as a glass half full situation. We can throw the ball and both the receivers can gain over 100 yards in one game. That's something to move forward with. Now just incorporate the run game a little more instead of 18 carries. I think it'd be all right.
I mean, is a 65% completion rate awful?
No,
I don't think so. I mean, he was helped a lot by, they started with the short passing game, which we asked for. Like they're hitting JJ like real quick, but it's just a shame. Like it doesn't seem like that's really JJ's game. It's like you're not going to throw him a little 2-yard pass and he's going to take it for 15 or 20. That's just not his game. But they were trying to get that going.
It doesn't seem like Jets is a yak guy. It seems like he's a contested catch guy, but he's not a yak guy.
Absolutely. And I think that's why it attributes to kind of like the low touchdown numbers, because if you're not throwing to him in the end zone for him to go up and get it, he's not going to outrun, to the end zone like some of our other receivers that we'll get to. What do you think about Winston this game, Shaq?
Glad to see we have a quarterback that's going to be willing to take the throws. This is what I kind of complained about with Kirk Cousins. He'd be too scared to try to throw contested passes. Once he'll launch it. As you can see, he didn't get that many reps with JJ. He didn't get that many reps with Justin Jefferson. But they got a little rapport going on. I don't know how many reps he got with Addison, but he threw Addison the ball. So when he gets a chance, not saying all the time he knows when to throw it to, who to throw it to, but when he gets a chance, he'll throw the ball, contest the catches. So that's what I like to see from him. I just wish he still had his mobility. That's probably what changed his whole game, because the big part of Wentz's game was his mobility back in Philadelphia.
But would you say that he played good enough for us to win?
Yeah, our defense. If we didn't allow that 80-yard catch by freaking DK, I mean, it would probably been a Vikings win, because we really didn't give up that many yards, besides in the run game, to that offense. And they kind of just melted the clock down, running the ball on us. We could have held them to field goals, and then we would have won.
Alex, to be fair, I'm still scoffing at you for that. So
it just feels like none of the aspects of our football is complementing each other. I think we saw it one time. It was the Bengals game where the defense was heavy out there and the offense was complementing the defense, right? Just, little game, little offensive game here, 150 yards passing. But if you look at the pass games, nothing's complementing anything on any aspect. The run game's not complementing the pass game. The pass game's not complementing the run game. Some of the defensive mistakes out there isn't complementing what the offense is putting forward. The run defense isn't complementing the pass defense, and vice versa, right? So it's something's off. Something's really, really off, and we need to start getting back to each aspect complementing off each other.
Aren't we the most penalized team in the league?
Oh,
We're one of them, if not the top. And I feel like that's
our
a
entire
common theme
problem.
with us.
We're the most penalized team in the league, and that's what's stopping us and killing us. That's what's stopping us from being able to be balanced and run. Is 1st and 15 or 1st and 20, you can't run the ball. You have to throw.
Yeah. The biggest one, I know you guys probably saw it, and I know everyone else probably saw it, was that 3rd down play when we got, down there, and Carson Wentz, he's just locked looking at Jordan Addison the whole time. He was double covered. But you got Jefferson wide open going over the middle, and you got Mason going out to the right side, basically doing jumpy jacks like, I'm open, there's no one over here, and Carson Wentz never looked that way, and that was very damning because throw it to Mason, that's a touchdown. Now we go out there to kick a field goal, and we get the field goal in 3 points. But guess what? That's also the play that Brian O'Neill got hurt on. So, it's the butterfly effect. If Carson Wentz looks the other way and throws it to one of the open wide receivers, Brian O'Neill probably doesn't get hurt.
See, what route did Addison run on that?
It looked like a corner post or something like that. Like, I really don't remember. I just know that he was locked in on him, and there was 2 defenders over there.
And that's an issue too, because you don't know the timing between his release to the stem point of his route to where he hits the corner, right? So you don't know. You're supposed to be, all right, you're in your head. One, I know the break. He's going to make his break here. Then that's when I can throw the ball. It's him staring him down the whole time tells me that he doesn't know timing with the receivers at all.
Yeah, and you also have Patrick Queen coming from the other side, like untouched on the blitz.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's lucky he didn't get killed. But, yeah, just missing that, which cost us a touchdown, and it ended up costing us our right tackle, which it's hard to blame it on that, but I'm going to because that's just what I do.
Hey, if we didn't run left last year against the Rams, we'd have had our tackle for the rest of the season, right?
Right. The what ifs.
Yeah.
So, from what you guys have seen from Carson Wentz over the last 2 games, do you think it's JJ's job if he's ready to go healthy after the bye, or is there some debate?
I feel like KOC is going to put JJ back in, hoping that he learned something from the past couple of weeks while he was hurt. And if JJ still struggles like how he was against the Falcons, then I think he's going to bench him, and then he's going to have Wentz basically play out the season until Wentz get hurt.
So you think hold on, Cody, I'll let you. But so you think it's going to be JJ, but like on a short leash?
Pretty much.
What do you think, Cody?
I want to say the same thing, but then again, I think KOC wants to put him out there and just have him learn from the mistakes. I mean, everybody sees the names on the paper, right? That we loaded this around JJ McCarthy, and we're on paper, we're a contending team. No, I just think we're on paper is just to help JJ McCarthy progress. So I think he's going to get stuck out there for the rest of the season. Doesn't matter how bad he does or how well he does, he's never coming off that field. This season is how is JJ McCarthy going to progress? And if it results in us not making the playoffs or being a very bad team, he's still going to be on that field. My belief is the team wasn't built for a contending run, a playoff run. The team was built just to see what JJ McCarthy can do in his progression going forward.
All right. Justin Jefferson had his best game of the season, had 10 catches, 126 yards. Not quite your hot take, Cody. I think you had him at 150, but it still was his best game. But you got to put the hot sauce on it and say 150 yards.
Yeah.
It seems like over these past couple of weeks, he's finally starting to find his groove after a slow start. But do you guys think this quarterback carousel is going to have any effect on him, or is he quarterback proof?
He's quarterback proof.
Even with like Jake Browning?
Even with Jake Browning. I think he's better than Jamar Chase by a mile. Mac Jones is out and not good.
Oof.
I think he would actually take a step back with McCarthy back in for the first couple of games. I actually think it's going to take a few weeks when McCarthy comes back for him to get ramped up to where he could throw for 275, 300 yards. But I think it will get there. He's just got to play a few games in a row, and it will get there. I just don't know if, as much as I think McCarthy should come back, I don't know if bringing him back against the Eagles is the right move.
Ooh, Mac Jones down, holding his knee. The future Viking. So we reading comments. We can talk business after, though. You can get one of us. Don't even worry about it. Zoe wants one of us to jump on with him next week. That's no problem.
Oh man. It could be like that.
So, guys, hey, this is going to be a good spot, excuse me, for me to go in the catch. For anybody that's been living under a rock for the last year and a half, 2 years, during the regular season, I come up with one play that was pivotal, that decided basically the fate of the game. And there was a little back and forth, and there was some internal discussion about this one. And I ended up putting a question out to the Minnesota Vikings Uncensored Facebook group. If you're not a member, join it. We're about 36,000 strong. And the play was the JJ stumble. He caught that ball. He turned to make a football move, and he fell down. And the question was, does he score if he doesn't fall down? There was a defender. I think it was that Wilson linebacker, right? Or Peyton Wilson, number 47, was squared up to defend him. But the group pretty much overwhelmingly said, yes, he would score. So here's the thing. If JJ scores, go ahead, roll the tape, Keith. If JJ scores, that's a swing of 4 points. We lost that game by 3. It ended up we kicked the field goal. There it is. There's a catch right there. Boom. He falls down.
It's pretty devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
but
initially I thought he wouldn't score. Keith said, no, I think he does score. And I said, okay, let me make a poll in the group. Let me get the opinions. And people in the group said, yeah, I think he'd score. So here we go. If JJ scores on this, the game has changed. I think we would have been going into the half down 14-10 instead of 14-6, if I'm correct, right, fellas?
yes.
The complexion of the game has changed. It would have been 4 more points. We lost this game by 3. We'd have won that game.
Yeah, one more view here. This is from the end zone.
And I also recall saying to our Pittsburgh Steelers friends that it hadn't been brought up, but I felt like the playing surface was going to be a factor in this game. And there we go.
You did say that. And when I first saw it live and they showed the replay, I really didn't think it was a turf issue. I thought, he just kind of slipped up on his own. But the more I watched it, you kind of, see some turf coming up. So, the turf monster might have got him. And I'm going to give JJ the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he would have scored that touchdown. Another guy that got caught up was Jordan Addison. Yeah. But the man came back after missing 3 games to have 4 catches on 8 targets and 114 yards. Did you guys notice a change in our offense having Addison out there instead of having Jefferson out there with Naylor and Thielen? Like, did you feel more confident in our passing game?
Oh, yeah.
I think Wentz did. Obviously, he threw for 350 yards. I mean, he had one more week in the system. But still, there's a difference. What did Wentz throw for 130 against the Bengals? That is a quantum leap, and it's obvious. That's our wide receiver 1A.
Wide receiver 1A. Shaq likes that.
Oh, I love that.
I thought it was really good, but I thought it was unnecessary. We threw the ball almost 50 times that game. Stupid, unnecessary. Not being able to score in the first half, killing us.
We didn't score in the first half?
We have 1 touchdown the past 6 games.
No way. Somebody look that up.
I feel like I've heard that before somewhere.
Yeah, right. I mean, 54 throwing the ball 46 times isn't good. You're not going to win a lot of football games doing that unless it's a straight shootout back and forth. Nothing's complimenting each other.
Yeah, I think in your keys, you said what would fire me up, and I think I said 20 to 25 completions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went a little overboard. It took away from the run game.
Yeah.
But it was necessary.
But speaking of that run game, like watching the game, I felt like Jordan Mason was doing very well. But then, after the game, look at that, 16 for 57. So an average of 3.6, as long as carry was 9 yards.
It's kind of hard to get a rhythm going. Most of the time, I feel like Jordan Mason is getting hit too much.
Yeah, I think like 51 of those 57 yards came after contact.
I mean, he's like, yo, can I at least get an open field without having to do too much?
Can I get a lane? I think the only lane he had was on that one, what was it, a 3rd or a 4th and 1, where just the whole right side opened up and he lunged for 9 yards. That was his longest run.
And I hate to admit it, we might need Aaron Jones back to compliment him.
Mm-hmm.
What if we draft this Scatterboo instead of Ty Felton?
Now we can't use Pac-12 running backs. They no good. You don't draft people from the Pac-12.
Keith is
somebody I know.
Keith is starting to come on over, and I like it.
Well, before the season, I thought we had time, to develop some young guys, but we ain't got time. Like, we need everybody on this roster to contribute right now.
Oh, really? Don't worry. We got time. JJ's young. We got Dallas Turner.
I'm breathing this in. It's like warm popcorn.
Like I didn't anticipate all the injuries. I didn't. And so everybody on this team needs to contribute. Like, we're going to have Josh Oliver playing tackle this game. This is like youth football. Get in where you fit in.
At this point, anything to win. Because all we got to do is make it to win at least 3 of the next 5 games. And we could probably, keep playoff hope alive.
Yeah. On the defensive side, the only thing I really got to mention is Jalen Redmond. 2 sacks for that man, 3 tackles.
First play.
Yeah. That first play, I was like, I told you guys, Aaron Rodgers going to be a bad day for him. Well.
And he like man-child him too. He didn't tackle him. He grabbed him and threw him down like a kid.
Like, I literally thought we was about to blow them out how quick the Steelers' first drive went. I'm like, well, this was a good game. And then our offense showed up.
Alex, you don't think that Jordan Mason is a good running back?
Holy shit, that's a take.
That's a crazy one.
So,
not a very good one.
Alex, I can't agree with that. He's a good running back, but if you would have said elite running back, I could see that. But he's definitely a good running back.
Yeah, he's not Saquon Barkley.
He is really solid.
Yeah. Like, he's a solid 1-2 punch running back. We just need another running back to go with him. We can't just have him be the bell cow.
Still got Ty Chandler.
Who?
Another defensive player who didn't make his mark on defense. Our man, Isaiah Rodgers, did block a field goal. It's not something you see every day. Just want to give him his quick. Just want to give him his quick shout out before we get some people out here running some laps. Because when the Vikings win, we give out game balls. When the Vikings lose, we make players run laps. So Shaq, who do you got running laps after this one?
For me, we kind of touched on it earlier. It would be Ivan Pace. He was the key contributor to that big ass touchdown from DK Metcalf. He was supposed to cover that hook where DK ran. He did a little quick slant. Ivan Pace was supposed to be there. Instead of staying there, he ran towards the out, which opened up the inside. and then DK did the rest because he is a fast, athletic human freak. So that big play, it all started with Ivan Pace. Like, he can't be doing that. And if he's going to want to continue to start, we need linebackers who are going to make tackles or be in the right position. He can't be bad at both. He got to be good at one thing if you want to continue to at least start.
Yeah, I agree with you. And yeah, I definitely saw that when I went back and rewatched that DK play, that he took the running back instead of staying with DK, which kind of put DK open over the middle. While I do think Harrison Smith should have made the stop, I don't think DK should have made the catch. And if Pace was there, then he probably wouldn't have. And that right there could have been a catch. I mean, there's a lot of moments that could have been a catch in this one, right, Fish? Like, there's a lot of just little things that could have changed the game the way it went.
That TJ Watt interception would have if it wasn't for the JJ stumble, that would have been the one. But yeah, there were a few real pivotal plays in that game. It could have swung either way.
So who you got running laps, Fish?
Well, he needs to get in shape, obviously, because even though he had a good game, he got ran down by a linebacker, and that's Jordan Addison. And yeah, he had to turn to catch the pass, but he had a 10-yard head start on that linebacker. And Peyton Wilson ran him down and tackled him at the 1. And that ended up eating up a minute worth of clock. And all I heard, I'm listening to the game, I heard broken coverage. And I'm thinking, hell yeah. And then this.
He stumbled too.
Yeah, I don't care. He needs to get in shape. He just got ran down by a linebacker.
Fish, do you want to guess? You want to guess who ran a faster 40 at the combine?
I have a feeling that it was probably him by about 1,000th of a second, and he had a 10-yard head start. He had a 10-yard head start.
Peyton Wilson. Peyton Wilson had the faster.
He had a 10-yard head start. And
Addison not known as a speedster unless he's in his car.
Well, we did talk about Peyton Wilson, but that was last draft. If you wanted to know about him, you could go watch our old episodes. We did cover Peyton Wilson. He's a
the long and short of it is him getting caught by him ate up a minute of the clock. We might not have had to even onside kick. We might have been able to kick it away and play defense instead of trying that onside kick.
Oh yeah, trust me. I was mad when he did.
He did put the ball back into Carson Wentz's hand, who almost threw 2 interceptions before we got in. I'm gonna do the KOC thing. KOC gives game balls to everyone when they win, but I'm making run laps instead of giving game balls, and that's going to the whole offensive line. Not one player on the offensive line played good, and really not one played worse than the other. They all sucked. Everybody on the offensive line gave up multiple pressures. They all gave up 3 except for Will Fries. He gave up 2. Even Darisaw gave up 3 pressures. Darisaw gave up a sack. Darisaw had costly penalties. Fries had a costly penalty. Looked like he was downfield looking for the pass from Wentz. So not one of them played well. I think it was it Skol or Brandel who let the pressure come in on that last play where Carson Wentz basically had to throw the ball away and took the intentional grounding, which really took us out of contention to get a first down and get in field goal range for Will, as good as Will is. So for me, everybody on that damn offensive line needs to run and keep running, and they should still be running since the end of the game.
Should have run from Ireland to
London if it's possible. If it's not, I don't know.
They can swim part of the way.
I'm really not good with
geography. Triathlon.
I think you got to cross one still.
You got to cross Dinkytown. Cody, who you got running laps?
So during the segment with the Steelers guys, there was that who's that low key player that you might not know, and the guy was all year long, and I brought his name up just for him to let me down. So I don't think I'm gonna bring up a single name about any low key dudes because Levi Drake Rodriguez was horrible this game. It was the worst game I saw from an interior defensive lineman that I've seen since the 04 Minnesota Vikings. Like, it was that bad. Like, it's not a good defensive line that we had right there. LDR just did not play in his rotational basis, so he gets my gets my lap.
Hopefully we can give out some game balls this week. As far as injuries, there wasn't really any new ones except for the Brian O'Neill one. And, we got kind of lucky on that one because when we saw it and the way it seems like, oh, man, well, that's his season. Oh, and then we did have Ryan Kelly who got concussion, which his career is probably over. And if he does come back, I don't know why. He has 5 documented concussions in the NFL, and I believe I heard he had 1 or 2 in college as well. So I think it's probably time for him to hang it up. And Brian O'Neill, if we're lucky, we might get him back against the Eagles. So if we're only going to miss him for one game, I don't think Brian O'Neill is going to be the difference between this makeshift line being good and not good. It's like we're going to suck and we're going to get through this game. But if you can come back against the Eagles and we can come back with our whole offensive line and except the center, man, I don't know who our center is going to be the rest of the year. They got to make a move. They really do. They have to make a move. Our center is not on this roster right now, and I just don't know how you find a center midseason because people aren't just giving up a good center. They're just not, especially midseason.
I think that means Fish hot take hit about Ryan Kelly.
Yeah. I think he said he'll play less than 12 games or something like that. So I mean, he's in the lead. He might come back. He might. I don't know. Just like someone said in the comments.
Look, man, if it means we win a Super Bowl, I don't care if he plays until he's full blown autistic. Just let's go.
Hey, he's our Billy Bob, all right? He's our Billy Bob. He's coming back out there. He's going to do whatever.
You got it. They scanned his cat.
They scanned his cat.
All I'm saying is, man, is keep that guy going on smelling salts and whatever. Let's go. The Vikings is a great organization. They'll take care of him and his jello brain after he retires after the Super Bowl win. Give him his parade. Let's do it, man.
When y'all watched it back, did y'all see like where you thought he probably got hurt or got the concussion?
No, and the funny thing is a couple of weeks ago you didn't really see it either. You don't really see like an impact.
I mean, they're kind of banging every play, so I mean, and who knows if he was fully healed from the first one? I mean, I don't know, man.
2 weeks. No, he wasn't.
You probably go to the sideline like, who are you guys?
Probably started walking to the Steelers sideline like,
and they're like, Ryan, who are you talking to over there?
Yep. Bring him out.
Bring him over here. And I don't mean to joke or make light of it. Like I really hope he's okay. And for selfish reasons as a Vikings fan, yeah, I want him back. But as a human being, I hope he hangs it up. I don't want to see him out there and taking any more beatings because it's likely to happen again. So.
Yeah, because he still got a family to go home to, so.
Stupid Cody. All right, so let's see where the power rankings got us this week, Fish. Your favorite part of the show.
Oh gosh, power rankings. I bet we went up 2 spots.
No, PFF has us at 14, which is the nicest out of all of them. Only had us dropping 2 spots. ESPN has us at 17. Yahoo has us at 17. NFL.com has us at 17. And Pro Football Talk has us at 18. I'm surprised we didn't dip into the 20s. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give these power rankings a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
It's fair. The way we've been playing.
I mean, and to be honest with you, if they'd have dropped us down to 20, I wouldn't have even been mad about it.
PFF sees something in us. I don't know.
They're seeing
we might not see much. We don't see much in their grading, but they see something in us.
They see the talent on paper, and they're like, "Well, this has to be a good team." But when the talent is not there, it's
if these guys just play together, see what's going to happen.
They got the script.
If they'd have only played in some preseason together.
Huh.
So our playoff chances, according to PFF, went down to 29%. We were at 38% last week. And they have knocked us down in half. They had a 2% chance of making the Super Bowl. Now they only have us at a 1% chance.
Shit.
So there's a chance.
So playoffstatus.com, they also dropped us down 10% for making the playoffs. FanDuel now has us at plus 280 to make the playoffs. We were plus 164 last year. They have 20 teams with better odds than us of making the playoffs.
I wish you could compare our odds from last year at this point to this year. What was those odds?
Well, we was like, 4-0? So, I mean, they were probably pretty damn good.
Oh, well, damn. Who knew?
Weren't we sitting at
Shaq says, who was QB back then?
Well, you know what? I missed it, Shaq. Who were you bringing back this year from the KOC era?
Shit. I said it wasn't Sam Donald. It was I forgot. I think it was I forgot.
Somebody for our third string quarterback to throw to.
Pretty much. It was probably Odell Beckham. It was a couple
Yeah. And Cody said Cooper Kupp.
Guy won a triple crown that year. I'm definitely taking that.
I would have brought Ed Ingram back, one of the number one guards in the NFL. Man, could we use that?
Yeah.
And I said Aaron Donald.
Nice. I should have worded it better because I meant like from the Vikings, but that probably was more fun.
Yeah.
That-
Nothing back from that the Vikings team, man.
Ed Ingram.
Gross.
Ezra Cleveland.
Dominating on the Jaguars.
I mean, better than any guard play we got going on right now. Better than even Will Price. Will Price hasn't shown me nothing yet. He needs to show me something.
I can't pull his name right now. Our center, the one who went to New England.
Bradbury.
Yeah, Bradbury.
Oh yeah, Bradbury.
Nah,
What would be funny?
I think I'll go Juergens.
What would be funny about those guys is we'd have them in this offensive line right now, and they'd probably be the best offensive lineman on the offensive line. When we start getting our guys healthy, and they're going to be the weak point right when everyone else is healthy, and like their PFS score is going to go down.
I'll take it.
That's
Skol, Barber.
Yeah. It's pretty much we want to have those. We would want them back, but only to be our backups, not starters.
Yeah.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. Like we want him right now because of the situation we're in. Like I would take Ed Ingram right now. I would take Ezra Cleveland right now. You know, in the situation that we're in now. If we had, Donovan Jackson playing and Ryan O'Neal and we had our offensive line, then yeah, it'd be different. I'm just right now, and obviously I'm joking a little bit, but I actually didn't think Ed Ingram was as bad as some people did. But that's besides the point. Let's keep this thing moving. The state of Skol right now. The Vikings are currently 2-2, sitting at third place in the North Division behind the Packers and Lions and ahead of the Bears, just barely. The defense has been good enough to win. The offense has struggled to score, especially in the first half, right, Cody?
Yeah, bad.
Injuries continue to be a concern, especially along that offensive line. After this game, we have our bye and face our toughest stretch. Or is it still? I'm not sure about that. We're going to talk about that. The Vikings' first 4 games that we've played, we've had the 19th toughest schedule. Right now, we currently sit with the number 1 toughest remaining schedule. So if we do end up making the playoffs after this, it'd be pretty amazing. And then nobody can count us out no matter who we face.
Forged in fire, baby. Forged in fire.
You know what we said? Welcome to hell. we ain't throw them into the fire. We throw them into hell.
This that blue fire.
Blue fire. It's purple fire, baby. Let's go. So at 2-2, and we're only 1 game out of first place. Why does it feel like we're 0-4 or 1-3 right now?
Because we're bipolar Vikings fans and we just lost.
If we won, we would feel Super Bowl bound.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Can't stop us. 350 yards. Yeah.
So if you look at the games we won, we barely beat the Bears. That was an amazing comeback against the Bears in the fourth quarter. And then the Bengals, that's more like a moral victory you win. Like, the Bengals look so bad, they just gave us the win. Like anybody playing the Bengals right now is going to get an easy win versus our losses, which been close, but we can't win. It's like we're in the games, but we just don't go over the hump. It kind of continues from like when we was in the playoffs against the Rams. We're in the game, but we just don't take the next step to overtake the opposing team.
I mean, Tanya, technically 15-2 is not dead, technically.
I will say this, after watching that game and seeing how things kind of worked out, I got a feeling that by the end of the season, when we see the Steelers record, we're going to be like, okay, losing to them wasn't the worst thing.
It's possible. And I mean, that division is wide open for them. I think that whole division is playing like backup quarterbacks except for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt. I was like, maybe, losing to the Falcons is not so bad. And then the week after that,
They
They
get
got
blanked
smashed
by
by
the
the
Carolina.
the week after that, it was like, well, welcome to the NFL.
And then the week after that, they beat who'd they beat this weekend? But
Ooh,
it's
they beat Washington without Jaden Daniels, but it was still an impressive win.
Yeah.
Carolina blanks them, and then Carolina loses. Such an up and down league. It's crazy.
Mhm.
It is. That's why I think sometimes it's really hard to judge the Vikings, especially if you're not watching other games and other teams and seeing like their struggles and what they're going through, and you're just kind of looking at the records of things. I think watching other teams and it gives you a little bit more perspective. So
I don't know. We played 3 mid to good teams this year and 1 really bad team, right? And against those 3 mid to good teams, we were outscored 55-3 in the first half. I don't think we have a good team.
What were we outscored in the final of the game?
Yeah, 3
4
points.
quarter game. It's four quarter game.
If you look at the Eagles right now, yeah, they may be 4-0, but they don't look like a good team.
But they score all their points in the first half. So they just have to score and then lock it down for the remaining half.
I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat, Cody.
Yeah, but 55-3 isn't good.
I mean, what's second
No, it's
half
not, but
point differential?
A point differential, yeah.
Oh, we don't want to go back to that again.
I mean, we scored 25 points a game and gave up 20. Now I know a little bit of that is ballooned because of the Bengals, but it's also taken down because of the Falcon game.
And look, you cannot say that. And a couple of years ago, nobody would shut the fuck up about our point differential when it got skewed down because of our loss to Dallas. Our point differential is negative because we got blown out by Dallas. Otherwise, our point differential was not negative. So, yes, it got skewed up because of our win against Cincinnati. They presented a team in front of us. We whooped the shit out of them. That's all there is to it. We dominated them. We're gonna beat Cleveland this week. We're gonna be fine.
Well, damn.
Yeah, another bad team. We can win this one. Again, 2 bad teams.
In front of us, dude. Should we just forfeit? Should we just say, no, we don't want to stay over here and eat fish and chips no more? Let's go back to the States.
Well, I think I got Cody's answer on this one, but let me ask you, Fish. Like, are we struggling? I think we're saying, at 2-2, the sky is falling. This isn't a good team. Things are going bad, but are we really struggling? Or are we just not?
We're not.
Okay. Go ahead.
We're penalized. Our offense is performing well. Our defense is performing well. We're committing penalties. We're undisciplined. If we get our discipline together, it's just like a couple of years ago when we had all those turnovers we were a juggernaut, except for turnovers a couple of years ago. And we went 0-4 to start the season because of turnovers. We're shitting the bed because of penalties right now. If it wasn't for these stupid pre-snap penalties, we would not be behind the sticks and we would be winning these games.
Well, expect the same amount because there's 27 new players out of 53 and brand new quarterbacks.
Eventually, they're going to gel. It's going to start this week. If they can't gel in week 5, Cody, they can't gel.
I like Ken's comment. If we beat the Browns, we're better than Green Bay. It's not wrong.
Yeah.
What about you, Shaq? Do you think that we're struggling, or are we just not meeting the expectations that we set in the offseason for them? Muted.
My bad. I think both could be true. I don't think they exclusively mutual. It's about the fact that, we're bringing in 2 new quarterbacks, J.J. McCarthy, who's just coming back and from a injury in his rookie season, finally taking the reins, and then Carson Wentz coming to play for a new offense. On top of a redesigned offensive line that haven't played together. So we're struggling, but it's only because those are not our starters. And it's going to take time to gel. This is not something you just signed a bunch of players and then it's like Madden. They just all at their peak. It takes time. We're not going to be what they call it as mid-season form. I don't think the Vikings going to be at their peak until maybe like week 9. And hopefully the season's not too late by then.
So, Fish, we just finished the first quarter of the season. What would you grade our first quarter?
I'm going to give it a D.
So we are struggling. What about you, Cody? What do you grade in our first quarter?
I'm gonna give it to Fish too. I think it's a D. There's terrible play calling in games. Nothing's complimenting each other. New players, it's a D. Nothing's gelling.
What about you,
And
Shaq?
I think the D is based on expectations too.
I'm going to go with Cody and Fish. I'm going to give it a D for Donald. They're struggling out there.
So in the chat, we're getting some B-. We're getting a C. Another C from Tanya. Tommy's got it at a B. Chevy's got it at a C+. And I'm kind of with him. I'm putting it at a C. I mean, we're 2-2. So, I mean, it's at the average. I've seen some good things. I've seen some bad things. I think every game was winnable for us. Even that Falcons game in the fourth quarter, we still were in that game to win it. So we haven't got, our stuff pushed in, and we've pushed some stuff in. So I don't know. I got it at C, and C's get degrees, and we can move on to this next quarter, which coming into the season, I think we felt was going to be the hardest part of our schedule. And now it seems like, maybe things might be easing up a little bit in that front, depending on injuries and just the way the teams have been playing. We got the Eagles, the Chargers, the Lions, and the Ravens. Eagles are 4-0, but they haven't been very impressive doing it on the offensive side of the ball. The second half of that game, they had 0 complete passes against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Tampa Bay was almost able to come back. Their defense is still very good. So, who's ever going to be our quarterback, we got to get that figured out. But we could beat the Eagles. The Chargers just lost to the Giants. All right? So they're a beatable team. People are scared of them because of Harbaugh. No, we could beat them. The Lions look good, unfortunately. Fishy might have to bump that up to the best 9-win team at this point.
I might.
You might have to, but you could sleep on it for a week.
Yeah.
The Ravens are winless right now, and they're injured. They might be more injured than we are. They're saying,
right? Lamar's hurt.
Yeah, Lamar's hurt, and they're saying like, he might try to play this week, but I'm also hearing, no, this is a 4 to 5 week thing. Matabuke, he's out for the season. Like, so not the way I want to beat teams, but when we're 2-2 and clawing, and this is supposed to be a win now season, I'm gonna take it however we can get it. All three of these games look more winnable than they looked in the offseason, in my opinion. Would you guys agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of. The Eagles, no. I don't think that's winnable. But I think Chargers and Ravens definitely winnable. Lions, what they've been doing the past 2 weeks, I don't think that's winnable.
Well, the Chargers game all depends on one factor. Nope, that's an L.
So it's not winnable. Go ahead, Shaq.
I'll say this real quick. The only thing that worries me about these games is all those teams are run-first teams. Like, and we're going to be tested. Like, if our defense can't stop their offenses, it's going to be literally up to our offense to keep up with them. So this is going to really be our test on if we got a real good run defense or it's panic mode.
Man, you guys started something. I have to. I gotta show you guys I can win. Damn it!
You don't have to prove nothing to us.
Put me in, coach. I can win.
He's got to break the streak. It's got to happen.
So Tommy kind of beat me to it, but Cody, who do you think gives us a better chance to beat those Eagles? Carson Wentz or JJ McCarthy?
I think JJ McCarthy honestly does, just because he's more mobile. than what Wentz is. The Eagles, just solid defense all the way around, right? They can score in the first half, right? Honestly, what I've been talking about, like Unk's been saying, we can't. They jump in a big lead. I'm going to need a player in that second half, even though the Eagles defense is still really solid, to get away and start making plays. And I think he's our only possible shot. Otherwise, I think the Eagles are sacking Carson Wentz all game.
All right. Fish, what do you think we do in the second quarter in those 4 games?
I'll take 2-2. I'll take 5-4 for a record.
Are you falling into the trap game?
Mm-hmm.
You're already giving us the win this week?
Oh, yeah.
Scaring me.
Who's the quarterback for the Browns?
Jalen Gabriel.
He's a rookie, right?
Yes.
Like that.
That's a Brian Flores special right there.
Yeah, the Browns are terrible. They're not good. They have one good win on their record, and it was by a blocked field goal.
I am legit concerned about the Browns defense.
Yeah, and they
But
run
I
game.
think, but I believe that they just don't have enough offense to beat us. Do I think we're going to blow them out or anything like that? No. I actually think maybe it's going to be an ugly game.
Yeah, I've learned from my mistakes of being overconfident about a game last week, and I don't know how many times I was mid-sentence being confident, saying I'm going to come back, I'm going to regret this, I'm going to regret this. So I'm just not going to do it this week. I'm just not. I'm going to keep stuff to myself.
I'm doing it.
So Cody, you got to call it for us this week.
Yeah, I still got to call it. Even though we're kind of down, we're 2-2. We lost the Steelers. We thought we'd blow the Steelers out. A couple of us did. The Steelers they're a good team this year. So are the Falcons. So are the Bears, right? And we played the Bengals and we put a mud hole into them. So looking at the schedule here on out, from the beginning, actually, there's 2 teams that after Burrow went down that I thought we could stomp a mud hole in, and it was the Bengals and the Browns. So I think we're going to see a really good game. So the Cody calls it is we're still a playoff team, right? The team just hasn't gelled yet. 27 brand new players out of 53 are on this roster, and you can see the miscommunications, the penalties that we're tied. We're 31st out of 32nd, averaging almost 10 penalties a game. I just think they're just not gelling right now, or haven't had the opportunity to play together to gel. Everybody says, well, preseason. Yeah, put him in preseason. Now Ryan Kelly's out week 1, with the injury, or Brian O'Neill's out week 2 with the MCL, that kind of stuff. So you can't really say, hey, play him in preseason. I just think if they're gelling right now during live performances when they have the opportunity to, we're going to still be a playoff team.
Well, if Ryan Kelly would have been out week 1, another one of my hot takes would have hit. Just saying.
So what do you think, Fish? You buying that? The Vikings are still a playoff team?
Absolutely. About 2 more pieces come back, and we're okay.
Blake Cashman, Van Ginkel?
3 more pieces. Blake Cashman, Donovan Jackson, and Brian O'Neill.
Oh, coming to this side. So we're meeting in the middle, Fish. We're meeting in the middle on some of these takes.
I just want stability, not so many moving parts. I
Yeah,
have held back. I have purposefully held back my judgment on Donovan Jackson to get a nice full spectrum. As much as I talked shit about us reaching for him, I wanted to give a really good sample size before I even say anything about him.
And I think Tony Romo said it best during the game commentating about what this first quarter is. He said, seems like they always get 1 guy back and 2 guys are out, like that's what we're going with. So no opportunity to gel. You're right, Fish.
What about you, Shaq? Are we still a playoff team? You buying or selling that?
I'm buying that. I ain't give up hope yet on the Vikings. I'm just waiting for them to click. I feel like we haven't even seen our full potential yet. So, like, everybody, if they want to hop off the bandwagon, they could hop off right now. But it's too much season left, and I feel like we're going to eventually get on a hot streak. And then once that hot streak starts, that's when we can actually see who's going to be our competition when we get to the playoffs.
So that's going to be 3 buys it, Cody, because I'm buying it. I think we are still a playoff team. I don't know that I can say that I see us competing to win the division. Like I see us, going for that 7-6 seed, but I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 4 buys it on that one.
And that tie is massive for us and the Green Bay Packers that we just saw.
Ties have a way of screwing it up, man.
Yep.
They make these things janky.
Yeah, it's gonna screw it up one way or another, whether it's good or it's bad. Like that tie is gonna come in the factor.
Well, the tie's better than a loss, so if we have the same record, they're gonna get in over us.
It is better than loss, but you couldn't tell that the players on the team that the Packers kicked that field goal to tie it up, and they look like they just lost.
It would suck if they were 9-7-1, and we were 10-7.
I mean, more importantly, they wanted Micah. They wanted to show that getting Micah Parsons was. They wanted that blowout bad just so that they could validate the Micah Parsons trade.
Well, the road to us making the playoffs does start in London against the Cleveland Browns, where the Vikings will be facing them. The Browns are 1-3. Last week they fell to the Detroit Lions 34-10. And the bad thing about that is the Browns actually started with the lead, and I was like, oh, we might have these guys knock off 2 of our division rivals. No, not so fast. The Lions did the Lions thing and whooped them. Vikings and Browns have met 17 times in history, with the Vikings leading the series 12-5, but it's been a lot more even as of recent. And the last time these 2 teams played was in 2021, where the Browns with Baker Mayfield beat Kirk Cousins and the Vikings 14-7. What a crappy game that was. I remember that one. We started that game up 7-0, ended up losing 14-7. Boring game.
Did Kirk get hurt or something? Like, what was going on with that?
No, Kirk just kirked.
Oh, okay.
That was the mystery node pass interference call on Thielen in the end zone at the end.
Yeah. That was that game. But either way, we started up 7-0 in the first quarter, and we didn't score again, so we deserved to lose that game.
One of the most amazing Adrian Peterson runs happened a few years before that when we played him, where he was just stiff-arming people off of him, and he ran for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Just dredged up in that memory.
The last time the Vikings beat the Browns was in 2017, which happened to be in London. Vikings are currently favored by 3.5 points, but no one's too excited for this game, as this game has the lowest over-under of any game to this point, 36.5.
Taking that under, baby. I'm taking that under all day.
So I do got our Browns fans in the background, and we're going to get them on here soon, but I want to ask you guys first. Is this game already a must-win?
Yes.
It's a must. It's a really beatable team. It's a bad team. It has to be a must-win. If you lose to a bad team, we can just write this one. Yeah, we're done. Especially at 2-2. It's not like we're sitting with 1 loss right now.
You know what, Cody? Why don't you go ahead and say it to their face? I'm gonna go ahead and bring on the Browns guys. We got Adam.
What's up, fellas?
What's
up? Hey, Skol, fellas.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Are we outnumbered?
We got Nate.
Uh-oh. We got 4-4.
What's going on? Hey, what's up, guys?
We are 4-4, and we were almost going to be outnumbered, but we did have one guy that had to bow out because he got called into work. So it would have been the first time that we got outnumbered, but this is actually the first time that we're 4-4. So thank you guys for joining us. Welcome to our show. Nate, we'll start with you and go across. Just tell us a little bit about your channel and your background as a Browns fan.
All right, so I do Flagrant Foul with Rich, my dad. Grew up. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So born in Cleveland, been a Browns fan my whole life. Suffered through basically everything. My dad will say that he suffered a little longer, being a Browns fan longer than me. But my first experience as a Browns fan in the playoffs was in 2020. So hasn't been too great for me since then. But yep, we do Flagrant Foul. We talk about the Browns. We're Notre Dame fans as well, so talk about them. Do a little bit of hockey, the Avalanche, so sports, and then a little bit of also just whatever's going on in the world, anything fun, something random that we can talk about. So, yeah.
All right. So, Rich, you're from Cleveland originally?
I am. Yeah. So originally from Cleveland, Nate was born there. We, traveled around. I'm out in Denver right now. So I'm trying to avenge the Elway years out here and put a jinx on this crappy Broncos team while I'm out here. But yeah, so, grew up during the Sipe Kozar days, went through the whole them moving to Baltimore and then coming back. It's been a pretty brutal last 20 some years here. So, hoping to get it to turn around. It's not looking great right now though.
All right. And Marty, what's up, man? Tell us a little bit about your guys' channel and your background as a Browns fan.
Yeah, so Adam and I been good friends for a long time now. Decided to start a podcast this season. Actually, we just released, I think, our third episode, I believe it was tonight. But yeah, I've been a Browns fan since I was born. I was about 7 years old with the drive, the fumble, that era, and once '95 came around, they decided to move. It was crushing for a teenage kid.
Oof.
It was devastating, because Pittsburgh's right next door. They're succeeding, and everyone's like, "Oh, why don't you come over to the dark side?" But no way.
Did a lot of Cleveland fans do that? Did they go over to the dark side?
No, actually, believe it or not, a lot of fans turned to the Buffalo. Buffalo fans opened us up, pretty open arms and stuff, and but I never. Yeah, right. Yeah,
you got to remember the Pruitts.
Oh yeah, Pruitt.
Pruitt's was
Yep.
Pruitt's.
Yeah, he actually has a dealership right down the road.
Nice.
But yeah, so we just a couple of us, me and Adam decided to start a podcast, and we're tired of coming home from the games talking to ourselves in the car, so why not?
It's therapeutic, ain't it?
Oh, it is.
Absolutely, especially after a loss, and you get on here and just vent, and then suddenly it's not so bad, and you get on with your day. So,
Right.
What about you, Adam? What's your background as a Browns fan?
Yeah, I was a Bo Jackson fan, so I started as a Raiders fan, and then like every kid in the '90s, I was a Cowboys fan. I liked Michael Irvin. Then it was the Titans with Eddie George. But yeah, no, I was a kid, so I was focused on players, and then he says I went tailgating for the first time, and at the Muni lot, and that was it, and I was hooked from the Browns. It's y'all ever get up to Cleveland, and you got to come in the beginning of the season though. That's when it's the best. Gets to the middle of the season, it kind of fades away. But Marty and I have had season tickets for 12 years. We're in
nice.
the town. We're there at every game. Either rain, sleet, snow, shine, win, loss, whatever it is. So. We were at that Packers game, and it was probably one of the best games I've been to. And I've been to a lot of games, so that's saying a lot when that's one of the best games I've been to. But yeah, so I probably since 2008, 2007, somewhere around there is when I kind of became a Browns fan, and it's been that way ever since. And I just continue to take the punishment, I guess. I don't know.
We know a little bit about punishment on this side too.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to commiserate a little bit, fellas.
Yeah. So Rich, what was the expectations among Browns fans coming into this season, and has that changed at all now that we're in week 4?
So if you probably ask any of the 4 of us on here, we're delusional and we're going 17-0 every year. We're at 14-3 right now going into week 5. But no, I think defensively, we thought the line was going to be tough. Some questions about the back end. I think in the linebacker spot, I think we had Carson Schwarzenegger, great pickup, but we're a little concerned what was going to happen on the other side there on the offense. We're young, a lot of unproven players, a lot of exciting players. I think now we feel awesome about the rookies, but coming into the season, I think realistic expectations were probably fairly low. Yeah.
Thank you for answering my question earlier. Keith wanted the answer.
What was that? Cody?
You guys are a bad team, correct?
What was that?
You guys are a bad team. You're a 5-win team.
So I'll say, yeah, they're a bad team right now. It's frustrating as a Browns fan to watch an elite defense be wasted on this kind of sorry offense right now. I'm always going to be hopeful. Right now our division outside, of course, the Steelers every year just decide to be good and I can't figure it out, and the rest of the division is just wallowing away. So, who knows? I mean, they straight, catch lightning in a bottle here with Dylan, or, even ends up being Shedeur, or maybe they turn things around. I don't know. It's early in the year.
Let me ask you about that. What was your general reaction when they did that? They drafted Dylan, and then what was it? Two rounds later, they drafted Shedeur. Did you say, well, for a fifth rounder, that's great, or were you like, why?
So if you're asking me, I mean, I wanted Shedeur early. I just thought, we weren't gonna get a Cam Ward. And obviously we didn't have the number 1 pick. And I think after that, Shedeur was kind of my guy. It was awesome to see him fall. Once they went with Dylan, I thought that the day was over. It was nice to get Shedeur, but a head scratcher that they went back to back there. I don't know. It appears they have a plan. What it is, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out, but yeah.
Anybody have a different take on that? Any of you guys, other three guys, have a different take on that?
Yeah, for me, I think that their mindset going into the draft was, at the time, what they had was Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco on the roster. I think once the third round came, they seen Gabriel, which I think it was a reach for him, in the third round, especially hearing, people were saying around the 4th or 5th round. But I think once the 5th round came, I think they valued that pick for Shedeur as too hard to pass up. So whether they were in his plans or not, they'd probably just say for 5th round, if it pans out, great. If not, and it's shown right now. To me, it's the notion is, why isn't Shedeur getting any time? Why isn't he getting any reps? Well, let's be honest, he's a 5th round pick. Whether people believe it or not, he's a 5th round pick. And the media out here is glamorizing this guy, giving him interviews and all this shit. What other team is doing interviews with a third string quarterback,
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nate, what do you think about them making the switch from Flacco to Gabriel this week?
I'm a certified Joe Flacco hater. I was upset when they brought him back, to be honest. I just think I don't understand why we're wasting our time with him. We have 2 first-round picks going into next year's draft. It would be awesome to do that, or go into that draft, not have to worry about a quarterback. We have 1, maybe 2 years on Flacco, and that's the maximum. So why waste our time with him? Why not see what we're doing? We got in our rookies. So I'm excited to see Dylan Gabriel. He can't be worse than Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco came in supposed to be the veteran guy that made the easy things easy, made the right decisions, and he's not doing that. Quite frankly, I think the rookies can play just as good as he has. He hasn't shown me anything that says that he's a veteran quarterback. So I'm excited to see Dylan. I'm hoping he can bring a little spark to the offense. Rookies have been great so far. But I do like Shedeur, so I'm hoping that if things don't work out with Dylan Gabriel, I would like to see Shedeur get his chance. I honestly had Shedeur going number 2. I wanted him with the 2nd overall pick. Whether he is a 2nd overall pick talent, I don't know. But I just wanted something to be excited for going into this season. Just where everyone's saying we're going to start the season 0-7, but bringing someone like Shedeur to Cleveland, people are going to come to the game to see Shedeur. There's going to be hype around the Browns just for him, and I want something to be excited for aside from, we're going to go watch Joe Flacco play 17 games. So I'm excited that they're switching it up.
All right. Well, on the flip side, Cody, what do you think about the switch from Flacco to Gabriel?
I loved the switch from Flacco to Gabriel. I love the plan. I think I see what's going on in Cleveland. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be y'all's future. I just think you don't want to throw him into the fire right away into this pro-level game of football, right? I think you drafted Flacco for veteran presence in the locker room, knowing that he's not going to compete in all 17 games this year, and you drafted Dylan Gabriel, throw him into the fire just to see what you have with Gabriel, knowing that you can get Sanders back where you got him at, right? So you throw Sanders or you throw Flacco out there. He's not going to play all 17 games. Gabriel on the fire. See what he got. If he's good, he's good. Awesome. You got Gabriel and you got Sanders out there for a backup. But you throw him in the fire, he does bad. Your future's already set in stone with Sanders because you're progressing him. It's almost like what we did with J.J. McCarthy with the injury in a way, right? I don't think we wanted to throw J.J. McCarthy out there in the Wolves right away because he needed more development, right? And he still needs more development for watching the first 2 games this year. I think you guys had the right plan and the right move. I think Sanders is going to be your future. You're just progressing him the smart way.
Yeah.
Fish,
Yeah,
what do you think about them going with Gabriel against Brian Flores' defense?
My head says, great move for us this week. I mean, maybe down the road that's going to work out for y'all. Great, but my heart says that we have this way of making quarterbacks that we should just stomp the shit out of, looking like, Steve Young. So I've got that innate fear in my heart, but I feel like it's going to bode well for our ability for our defense to play around with him and keep it a low scoring game.
You got anything to add to that, Adam, about this quarterback switch?
I mean, honestly, I love it. I am with Nate. I absolutely hate Joe Flacco. All of our fans, for some reason, just gravitated toward the dude that beat the crap out of us for 17 years or however long it was. And then he comes back and he looks like an all-star, and then he throws 2 back-to-back pick sixes in a playoff game and single-handedly loses a playoff game. And then the fans still want him back because they hate Deshaun Watson that much. I'm glad. I'm excited to see what Gabriel does. I think it's going to be basically the same offense that you've seen with Joe Flacco, but quicker. You probably didn't see any of their preseason games, but he was accurate. He's throwing these passes right where they need to be, on the money, quickly. He can get out of the pocket. He's not going to just get swallowed up like Joe Flacco did. He's too old. He's too immobile. It just didn't make any sense to me. I get, probably starting him for the first few games to, let the rookies kind of learn. But there's been a big thing in the media here where, we want to find the perfect spot to put Dylan Gabriel in. We can't start him in Minnesota because it's a short practice week. We can't put him the next game because it's in Pittsburgh and we haven't won in Pittsburgh in so long. And I say just rip the Band-Aid off. What more can we lose? Obviously, we're not going to win with Joe Flacco. He's not the guy, and I'm happy to see it. I'm nervous about the Brian Flores defense. I'm not going to lie. And honestly, with Flacco, all the other teams, all they've been doing is rushing 4 and dropping 7, and that's why they've looked so bad because he doesn't have anybody to throw to because they're all covered. So it'll be interesting to see how he brings his patented blitzes on this young kid and see what he can do with it.
So the chat's asking, since he was our old offensive coordinator, how you guys feel about Stefanski as your coach?
I'll on him. I mean, he frustrates me, right? I think, we had high hopes. He's done some good here. I'm starting to wonder if the locker room's tuning him out a little bit. He hasn't proved that he can pull head coach and play calling duties as well. So that's a question mark. Really? It's a real head scratcher to me right now. We'll see. I think they continue losing. I don't know how you keep the guy. I have similar thoughts with Andrew Berry. I think Berry and Stefanski, if I'm the owner, they're on a short leash right now. I'd like to see Berry maybe go into a president role, work the cap. We hire a new GM. Stefanski, I don't know what you guys think, but he's a lot of questionable decisions. The first drive of last week is about all you need to know about Stefanski, particularly the first and goal. So
you agreeing with him, Marty, or is he going against what you think?
No, I kind of agree with him. Stefanski, right when we hired him, he was supposed to be this offensive guru, pretty good with quarterbacks. Obviously, Baker's no longer here, so I don't know why that couldn't have worked out between the two, but that's a whole nother topic. But I think the play calling is questionable. First and goal, and you go back-to-back QB sneaks with Joe Flacco when you have a young Quinshon Judkins that could just go right up the middle, run it 4 times. He's an Ivy League guy, so I think he tries to outsmart everybody, instead of just keeping it simple. But I think the play calling is kind of questionable in certain situations. That's, like Rich was saying, as far as trying to do the play calling and being a head coach, I think it's been hit and miss for him.
Yeah, the chat was asking that, so I had to get that one out there. What would you say is the offensive identity of the Browns? Are they a running team? Like that's how I picture the Browns, but I haven't watched them this year. Are they more of a running team, or are you guys more of a passing team? Whoever wants to take it.
I think they go for it.
I was gonna say, I mean, they're definitely a running team with Judkins. The first week they couldn't really get much going with Sampson, but since Judkins has come in, he's been running it great. Before that it was Nick Chubb, and it was always questionable. I mean, you guys probably know, it was always questionable with his running backs. Stefanski, it didn't seem like he knew what to do with a good running back. And, it seems they're trying to get back to that. But I think it was also with Flacco. It's hard to throw. But, his first 2 games, he threw 45 times. So, that's and I think he threw for 38 the third game. So, I mean, he wants to throw the ball. That's what he wants to do. But we should be a running team because our running game is that much better than our passing game. Now, with Gabriel, maybe it changes, but we've always usually been a running team. But again, I do question Stefanski on how well he can manage running backs.
Yeah. We had the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I echo, what Adam says, but we want to be a running game team, but to be determined right now, right? So the runs are uncreative. We can't get anything going in the pass game. So, if that continues this week, Florida's defense is going to eat it alive. So I think that's what they would like to do. They have the horses to do it finally, but we got to get something going in the passing game and downfield. These screens and short yardage plays, underneath to the backs and the tight ends aren't going to get it done.
So Shaq, you're hearing that they want to be a running team, but they're kind of, passing a little more than they like, but they're also doing a lot of screens and underneath stuff. How do you think our defense stacks up against an offense like that?
Well, if they stay committed to, quick passes in the run game, then that's the best way to beat a Flores defense. Don't let the pressure get to the quarterback and then always having our secondary have to react. I would say Stefanski suffers from early in his career. He had Adrian Peterson, and he kind of didn't really need to scheme plays for Adrian Peterson. And then once he became a head coach, he kind of was like, well, all I need is a running back who would get yards on his own, and I'll kind of do play action and scheme around that. So I feel like if y'all just stay committed to the run game, put Junkins, Sampson, mix them up, and then just do play action here and there, it should work out for y'all, not just this game, but for the season. And then, see what y'all have. Whoever the better play action quarterback for y'all is can lead y'all to, back to the playoffs.
Cody, how do you think the good news is, fellas, is that if you're having a tough time getting your running game started, just follow the model the Steelers just used, and it'll get back on track against us anyway.
Cody, how do you think the Vikings defense is going to welcome the Cleveland Browns?
I think the Vikings defense is probably going to own the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to say this. It's like us with our guard position the past 15 years. Like, we couldn't draft a guard to save our lives, right? It's the same thing for you guys. Ever since Joe Thomas left you, it hasn't been good on that blind side, in my opinion. And you haven't really go out and find a replacement for Joe Thomas. You got our old left tackle, our backup, Cam Robinson, starting for you. And we know how Cam Robinson plays when the pressure comes on that side. He's not Darisaw, and he's not, for sure as hell, is not Joe Thomas. So I think our defense is going to scream on Cam Robinson. I think our defense knows who Cam Robinson is. Brian Flores definitely knows who Cam Robinson is. He's probably sent the blitz a lot of times during the offseason and training camp against Cam Robinson and during practices. So I think our defense is definitely going to give you guys a really hard time, especially dealing Gabriel.
Yeah. So, Nate, what do you think is the key for the Browns to come away victorious in this game?
I honestly don't think that they need to do much different than it seems like the defense. Let's go back to the Packers game. The defense played fantastic the whole game. And even the Ravens game, the score didn't reflect how the defense had played. Once the floodgates were open, that game got out of hand. But the defense has been playing well. And I think that if the offense can just put together some longer drives, they don't need to score a touchdown on every play, but don't go 3 and out. If they can give their defense a little bit more of a break, I think the defense will have some better chances to hold strong and stay throughout the entire game. So I don't know. I feel like they don't need to change the play calling that they've been using for their first 4 games. I think fit Dylan Gabriel better with the play action. He's a mobile quarterback. Joe Flacco, he doesn't move. He doesn't move. So I think that the scheme that they've been using would work with Dylan Gabriel's game a lot better. I think keep feeding the rookie running backs and let Gabriel do his thing. Don't keep him on a short leash, because I think a short leash looks like throwing screens and 5-yard passes the entire game. Like, go out and let him do his thing, and I think he would be okay. I mean, I thought that they were gonna beat the Lions after the Packers game. That didn't work out so well, so take that with a grain of salt. But
Marty, same question. What do you think? How's the game have to go for the Browns to win it?
Well, I think you guys' pass defense is ranked in the top 5 in the league right now, and your run defense is kind of at the bottom. So if I was Stefanski, I would kind of do a little bit of double tight, try and get some more protection up there and try and run the ball. But that's the only way I see being successful against you guys' defense, is trying to get some protection up on the front and just ground and pound, play some AFC North smash mouth football. But what's going to happen is, Gabriel's probably going to throw 40 times because it's the you guys are going to have a couple picks, and it's going to be the same old dance with us.
So, I mean, our offensive line's pretty beat up, and you guys do have a pretty good defense. Fish, how do you think we're going to combat their defense with our patchwork offensive line?
Kind of like what Marty just said, we're going to have to incorporate Oliver to help out with the blocking scheme. Is Ham playing? I know he practiced. We might have to go max protect. And we definitely have to feed Jordan Mason a lot. And I mean a lot. I've actually been saying to these guys this week, fellas, that my biggest concern in this game is now Mason Graham, because we really don't know who our center is. Our left guard is out, and our right guard's been So my concern is that Mason Graham's going to get us from the interior with the pass rush. We have to max protect and get max protect and get the ball out and really run that rock.
Is Myles Garrett going to play, guys?
Yeah.
They always just put, like last week, questionable. It's just been a common thing with him lately. It's just putting him questionable. And he's a go. He'll be a go.
What about your linebacker, JOK?
So
go ahead, Adam.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys saw, he tweeted out last week or week before, something about a new star being born. It was kind of cryptic. But to me, I mean, to fans, what it sounded like is he could be back next year. And, we're real hopeful because, before he got hurt last year, he was coming along. And I could just think with him and Schlesinger next to each other, like that's a dangerous linebacker combo with Myles Garrett and Mason Graham up front. I mean, that's a tough four for anybody, so we're hopeful that he's going to come back. They haven't released a lot of information. I mean, we don't even know really what the injury is other than his neck. Like, that's all they give us. We literally still don't have any idea what actually happened to him. So, but that mysterious tweet made it sound like he's looking to come back next year. So I'm hopeful that that's the case.
Yeah, that was the takeaway. I think, definitely not something this year. I will say, it sucks not having him. Nate's made a little bit of a believer out of me this year. I was definitely worried about that other side. Devin Bush has played really well.
Yes, he has.
I mean, been a pleasant surprise. So, he's not Jock, but I still think our linebackers are playing great.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe that you have the top defense in the league?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
If we had an offense to complement it, not just a top 15 offense, I think it could be. But the way it's going. They're showing they can be, but it's hard statistically because of the way our offense is.
It's kind of like us.
Yeah. Well, it's like last year, our defense looked like crap, but it's because we kept going 3 and out, and they play 40 minutes of a 60-minute game. Any defense is going to get tired. I always say that the Eagles, they had great defense last year. It's part of most of the reason they won the Super Bowl last year. And if you put that offense that the Cleveland Browns put out there, that defense doesn't look as good. And it's kind of, you're seeing it like we mentioned with the Ravens game. We kept with them for a half, but the 3 and outs and the time on the field, that's what happened at the end of that game. As our defense got tired, they're throwing over the top and getting easy touchdowns on us because these guys have been out there for too long. And that's really the main issue. Like when the Packers, you saw it was going back and forth. It was they're moving it and they're punting. They're moving it, they're punting. If we can move the ball and keep the defense off the field, we're a top defense. But it's when that offense just sputters, that's what happens. So it happened with Detroit last game. They good drive on the first one and then couldn't get anything going. You see what happened at the end of the game.
Those first half points are very important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Freaking Cody. Cody's been driving that thing home for about a week now. So we just had a question in the comments. Who deserves more credit for you guys' defense, Myles Garrett or your defensive coordinator?
Schwartz.
I mean, I think it's Schwartz, but it always helps to have a Myles Garrett on the defense with you. But he's a piece of a collection of really good players over there. But I think Schwartz he's the engine that makes that run.
He's made that defense cohesive, and I mean, we already had great players on the team. Denzel Ward's a top corner. Drafting Mason Graham to stop the run. Myles Garrett, obviously, drafting Schwesinger. Like they mentioned, Devin Bush, he's been great this year. We lost a cornerback, but that's putting that group together. He's making them believe. He's making them, a full on we're the defense, and that's what we're going to do.
Is that do y'all still got Newsom, Greg Newsom?
I was just about to say if that's going to be a matchup to where if I don't know who would he cover?
Probably Addison.
Probably
Addison.
Yeah. Newsom to me he's suspect. Like that's a weakness you can attack. Believe me, he's not a shutdown corner. He gives up big plays, so I think that's a matchup to see for you guys to try and attack him to have some success on the ground, the passing game.
Yeah. I 100% agree on Newsom as a weak link, but I think he's been a lot better with his tackling specifically this year. He has had a lot more wrap up tackles compared to just diving at people in recent years. But yeah, it hurts losing Martin Emerson. Not having him this entire year really shows. If we had Martin Emerson, I say absolutely we're the best defense in the league, but that's one more corner or someone to replace the Ronnie Hickman, Rayshawn Jenkins role. One of those guys away from being the top defense.
All right. Well, I don't know how much Vikings football you guys consume. So do you guys have any questions about this Viking team that you guys are going to face early in the morning on Sunday?
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you guys expecting out of Carson Wentz out there? I think what do you say, Marty, that he got sacked 12 times last game?
Well, no, I think he got pressured about 12 times. I think he was sacked 6.
Sacked six
yeah.
times. So, I mean, what do you guys I guess it's a two-part. What do you think? You think JJ McCarthy is the answer? When do you think he's coming back? And then what do you think Wentz is going to do this game?
Go ahead, Cody.
I think Wentz against your defense, I think it'll be similar to what we played the Pittsburgh defense. I think the Pittsburgh defense is just as good, in my opinion. You guys do slow down in the second half, and I think that's where we got you, and I think that's where Wentz will start going off. Because, again, you guys get tired. It's kind of like us, right? Our defense is constantly on the field in that first half, and then we kind of struggle towards the end of the game with that defense. And I think we're going to see the same thing here. I think Carson Wentz will go off in that second half. I'm hoping he scores us points in the first half, though. In the red zone, we start getting it in the end zone.
So to a second part, Shaq, do you think JJ McCarthy is the answer to this team?
He's gonna have to be. He's gonna have to be because like KOC and Brian Flores, KOC and Quasi basically said, well, we don't need Sam Donald from last year, and he's the best quarterback in that draft class last year. So I'm gonna believe in KOC. Like I said, when we drafted JJ McCarthy, we just got to give him a chance to develop. He's not gonna just come out here and be Patrick Mahomes as soon as he start playing his first couple of games. It's not how NFL progression works. It takes time for a quarterback to develop. It's one of the hardest positions to get to the next level. So you just gotta be patient. I believe JJ McCarthy could be that quarterback, and we just gotta get that run game going.
Also, do you think they should have kept Sam Darnold?
No.
Oh, yes, the wrong guy.
Yes.
Oh, you had to ask Chad that question.
14-3, and you want to keep him? That's crazy. All right.
So I know how far we're getting with Sam Darnold. It's what we've been seeing the past 20 years in Minnesota Vikings is the first round and we're done. You know, maybe get to the second round, and that's a maybe. That's it. We're not getting no conference championships. You know, we're not getting to the Super Bowl. Our goal right now is Super Bowl. We haven't seen one. No one is here in this lifetime has seen a Vikings Super Bowl being played.
Or Brown Super Bowl.
Or Browns.
I had to do it.
Vikings got a championship.
Who was alive for that?
You guys were in the.
Hey, we
you guys
got
in the
8 of them.
Yeah.
We've also got the miracle at the Met.
Super Bowl.
Talking about imaginary numbers now.
I will say though, your guys' teams with Culpepper and Chris Carter and them, those teams are fun to watch. The late '90s, you know that to me was a good team that surprisingly never really won anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, us too. We won 15 games. Woohoo!
Yeah. Been announced.
What about you, Nate? Rich, you got any questions about the Vikings?
Yeah, you know, just for me, give me a couple guys to look out for this weekend that we should keep our eye on. Maybe some guys that you don't necessarily, aren't getting the press.
Cody.
Yeah, I didn't want to say one. I had Levi Drake Rodriguez last week, and he totally shit the bed. His first 3 weeks entering week 4 was amazing when he got in the field. Low key player. I'm gonna go with back what I said in week 2, and he did play very well in week 2. I'm gonna go back to Theo Jackson, our other full safety out there. 17 snaps for Harrison Smith last week. Something's up with the guy, and he's old. You know, the hitman ain't the hitman no more. He's more like the let him go man. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer the fixer. He's the problem. So I think Theo Jackson is the guy to be watching out for this game, especially with Dylan Gabriel and him hunting center field. I think he gets an interception this game. I think he might be Fish's catch also.
Overtime.
Oh, that worked out good last time. Fish, who's a player that they should watch out for? They might not.
I believe I said it last week, and I'm gonna reiterate this. Jalen Redmond. He got 2 sacks against the Steelers. First play of the game, he sacked Rodgers. The guy is just showing up. And all I can say is he's got a great interior pass rush. He's a nice complement and rotation piece behind Hargraves and Allen. He's somebody to watch out for.
What about you guys? Who's a Brown that us Viking fans might not know about? Not a household name, but you guys definitely know him as an impact player.
You know, I'll just go if there's a silver lining to this season, our rookie class has been great, including some of the undrafted free agents. I'll throw Isaiah Bond in there. I think that's a guy to look out for this weekend. I think that puts a potential downfield threat connection with Dylan Gabriel. Guy I absolutely love, Aiden Huntington, playing both sides of the ball. He's just a baller. So, you know, those are 2 that pop in my mind right now out of these rookie class.
Yeah, I'd say.
You guys got anybody else?
I'd say Fanning. You know, he's played pretty solid the first couple games. You know, going into it, you know, Njoku was Flacco's guy, and it seemed to switch. And you know, there's probably that rookie connection with Gabriel and Fanning there. So, you know, he's probably going to get a lot of looks. And like he mentioned, the blanking on who he just said, but yeah, Fanning would probably be my guy to look out for. And well, I mean, we'll see though. We'll see how Gabriel does with Njoku now because Flacco wasn't thrown to him. So, and Isaiah Bond, yeah, with Tillman out, Tillman on IR, I think Bond's going to get a lot of looks.
You got one, Nate?
Yeah, I was gonna say we do have Cedric Tillman out, DeAndre Carter out as well. He's been our returner mostly, though he hasn't really taken many reps actually as receiver. I think someone to look out for. Jamari Thrash seems to be playing more and more every week. Also, I'm a big fan of Malik Collins, him teaming up with Mason Graham. I feel like he's done quite well on that defensive line. And then we've already mentioned it, but I think Devin Bush has done great at linebacker. He's filled in very nicely for JOK. It would be great to see JOK and Carson Schlesinger together, but Devin Bush has been kind of puts a stamp on every play. It seems like he just goes to the ball. So, guys, I think we're going to have an impact this week.
Kind of lost your sound there a little bit. You got one, Marty?
Well, they pretty much
take them all.
Yeah, I'm going to say our punter, man.
Marty's like Myles Garrett. Y'all ever heard of him?
Carson Schlesinger to me is just, I'm a big college guy too. And what he did last year, I think he led the nation in tackles. What he's bringing to the defense is going to be, it's showing, it's stepping in right away, man.
Is that Carson Schlesinger related to the Lions' great fullback, Corey Schlesinger?
I'm not too sure on that. I'm going to give you an answer.
Look that one up.
Is that the safety from South Carolina?
What's that?
No, that's not the safety, right? The rookie from South Carolina.
Who's that?
No.
No, he's a linebacker.
No, linebacker from UCLA.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna look that up.
Another name, Larvadan.
It's a different last name, Cody, altogether.
You're gonna hear Larvadan a lot if he gets in. I'm telling you that right now. That was all they talked about on preseason. So,
what does he play?
He's a wide receiver. So they might put him back there to return kicks. I'm not 100% sure, but he was definitely a big part of our preseason. So he's one. They just activated him from the practice squad. So
yeah,
Gage Larvadan.
All right, so we got another question for you guys from Tommy. He wants to know what your guys' kick return like, because we have a kick returner, Miles Price, who sometimes he's a little dangerous with the ball, but he's also kind of shifty, and we kind of all expect him to break one this season. Like, do we have that opportunity this game?
A couple.
Yes.
We have a couple of chances.
That's a we didn't mention that early. Achilles heel special teams is on both sides. Yeah, that's a scary prospect for us.
Do you guys kick it 8 yards into the end zone every time?
No, you're talking about the kickoff?
Yeah, you guys kick it off 8 yards in the end zone every time.
No, they tend to kick it in the return zone. It seems like the NFL tried to fix that, and they're doing all the teams.
Don't worry about it, Cody. There ain't going to be a lot of kickoffs in this game.
There might be a lot of punts. There'll be a lot of punts.
Yeah.
So we got the advantage on you there with Borges. But like you saw last week with Detroit, we try to pin them on the sideline, and they just run the other way and return it for a touchdown. So
this could be the game, guys. This could be the game for Price.
Yeah,
I would imagine. Since preseason, we've been saying that he's going to take one. So that's actually good to hear.
And our return game's non-existent. Like you said, with DeAndre Carter was our returner, and he just went on IR. I personally like Jerome Ford back there. I thought Jerome Ford was a great return. He gets that head of steam, run right through it. That's his best. That's the best. He's not good running, getting the ball and then taking off. He gets the ball and has nobody in front of him. Like,
is Jerome Ford still with you guys?
Yeah. He's the second/third string running back. I mean, I don't know. He kind of
just keeps falling down the depth chart.
He gets put in the weirdest positions, and then Stefanski will run the dumbest run for him. Like it's just a weird situation. Like if he gets in, you'll notice it. Like, why is he running him that way? So kind of what he used to do with Nick Chubb, and do these long stretches with Nick Chubb, and it's like then you're getting tackled in the backfield. It's like, why are we doing these long stretches with Nick Chubb? So
he's had an odd role because the first week Dylan Sampson had a great game as a rookie, and then we got Judkins back Samson's on side of a milk carton somewhere, and Ford has literally been the other back that's come in the game. So I will say the last game wasn't bad. I could go with not seeing him carry the ball again.
Ever.
But yes, ever. But, on a return note, I would say the four of us are probably all heads down doing one of these literally every turn, because just catching the ball cleanly is a challenge.
Yeah, I think they're utilizing Ford more as far as like pass protection. He's coming in on third downs, and Samson can't protect he can't protect anybody. So I think that's what they're really using Ford now, is just pass protection.
All right, well, now it's time to make our predictions for this game. And normally what I would do is I'd have you guys go, then we go, but I'm gonna switch it up a little bit different and go back and forth. So, Michael Fish, why don't you go ahead and lead off the predictions?
Minnesota Vikings 13, Cleveland Browns 10.
That's awful. If I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, you know what? I'll be happy with it.
It'll be a win for you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say before I'm like, oh, we're gonna win like that. That'd be terrible. No, I'm just gonna take a win at this point.
Keith says a W is a W.
A win is a win, guys. I always preach that to these guys, and they tell me, no, there's nuance to victory, this and that. Nah, win's a win.
Win's a win.
Nate, what do you got?
I'm gonna go Browns 17, Vikings 14.
Ooh,
low score.
Low scoring. Man, all right, so that puts it on me, and I said I wasn't gonna do this, but then I do it. I got the Vikings winning this game 30-12.
Such these odd numbers so he gets points in last place.
No, they're gonna get 4 field goals, Cody. 4 field goals. They're not getting in the end zone.
He's trying to get these numbers up. That's actually the same score. I was gonna do your route.
Nice.
Well, you got time to do an audible because we got Rich now. What's your prediction for this game, Rich?
Yeah, my prediction, I'm going with my heart, not my head on this one. I'm going 14-10 Browns.
Okay, so you guys got 3 low ones, and then me just doing the stupid thing, but going with my heart as well, I guess. What do you got, Cody?
I was going to go 30-12 also, I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to go with, let's just make it simple, 31-13. Minnesota Vikings. I think we take over in the second half and definitely start dominating.
All right, Marty?
Similar to Nate, but I'm going to go 17-13 Browns. I think it's going to be a defensive battle on both sides. I just don't see Carson Wentz. That's the way I think the Browns are going to say, if you're going to beat us, we're going to shut down the run game. Carson Wentz, just try and see what you got. But I think it's going to be low scoring, 17-13 Browns.
And you guys are definitely predicting a Vikings-Browns game overseas right now. Like that, like when you hear that, you think exactly what you guys are saying. Like I was saying earlier, the spread is 36.5. I mean, the over/under is 36.5 points, and that's the lowest of any NFL game this year. So, yeah, I'm the odd man here. All right, Shaq, what do you got?
I'm going Vikings win 17 points.
Your mic was like muted, or not muted, but muffled.
17-10 Vikings.
Okay, there you go. 17-10 Vikings. So Shaq's sticking with it. All right, Adam, are you going to complete the homerism here between all of us? What do you got?
Yeah. I predicted it earlier. I'm going to say, I said 21-17 Browns.
21-17 Browns. All right, at
And
least
I started,
that's some
when you
scoring.
said 36.5, and I'm like, man, it probably should be like 21-14 just to slide in that under, because that's what they're going to do. So, but I'm going to stick with what I said earlier today. I'm going to say 21-17 Browns.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just so you guys know, we do go live after the game immediately. I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but if you don't and you guys want to hop on and talk about the game, win or lose, feel free to come on and join us. We had Steeler fans come on after last week. It's cool. It's all respectful. So if you guys want to come on and jump on after, we will be here. I'll shoot you guys a link. But if you guys are doing your own thing, that's cool too. You guys got any final words on this?
I'll just say there's a lot of Browns Vikings crossover. I know you got a lot of former Browns on your coaching staff, and we've both been going through it with quarterbacks over the last 25 years. So a lot of parallels, 2 tough divisions, overseas. I think it's going to be a fun game either way.
Yeah, hopefully it's not.
I just want to thank you guys for having us on here, man. It's pretty awesome. Like I said, Marty and I are just trying to get started, and it was cool for you guys to reach out. It's good to talk to other fans. I enjoy this. I know we all do. So I appreciate you guys giving us a chance and having us on, because it's been awesome talking with you guys.
Yeah, no, there'll be more opportunities. Like, I subscribe to you guys, so I'll be like checking on you guys and inviting you guys back, especially during the off season and stuff. Like when we just want to talk football and talk about the landscape, get other fans' perspectives. So definitely, can do this kind of stuff again. But show up on Sunday if you guys are available. Nate, Marty, any final words?
I just want to go ahead. Go ahead,
Nate.
You got it.
You guys are too nice. Go ahead, Marty. Go ahead, Marty.
I actually went to Detroit last weekend for the game, and yeah, the fans, it is what it is. But I'm like, you're Lions fans. I don't know why you're talking shit. So hopefully you guys can.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You sound like fish.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can take care of that for me.
Well, the thing is, Marty, you're saying you went to Detroit to watch that game, and we're like, oof. None of us live in Minnesota, by the way. We all live in different parts, of the country, and we went to the Vikings Falcons game and didn't see a damn touchdown. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm getting married on Saturday, and if I wasn't, he would have been in London. So you got to give him props, because he was like, "I'm going to." We would both be in London, but that's a bucket list game.
You might as well have done that. I don't know if you're gonna get too many opportunities once you get married to go ahead and make that decision.
Well, getting married is going to probably be a lot better than what we're going to watch on Sunday. So,
nah, you predicted a victory, bro. Come on,
I got to be positive.
You better sell that. You better sell that thing.
Wife's going to be watching. Yeah, you better say that.
I'm probably going to be pretty hungover at 9:30 in the morning watching it.
That's true. That's true. It's 6:30 in the morning for me. Damn it.
All
right, Nate. Final words.
Yeah, Rich and I just want to thank you guys for having us on. Appreciate it. It's been fun talking with you guys. Win or lose, I'm glad that we did this. This was a cool opportunity to kind of get our name out there and meet some new fans. So we had a great time. Thank you for having us.
All right, fellas. Well, not good luck. I can't wish it. We need this win probably more than you guys need it. But safety, no injuries. Let's just root for no injuries and a good game.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, usually
agree.
We're a lot meaner, but we can't kick a team when they're down. Just can't do it.
Hey, we can't kick a team that's so close to us, Cody. That's what it is.
Hey, we're used to the similarities
here. So. Yeah, they invited us to the table. We was on the high pedestal. Now we here. We like, well.
Trust me, fellas. On the Thursday before the Lions come here, if some Lions fans get on with us, I'm not going to be so nice.
I can see that
for sure.
I can see that.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, I'll send you the link on Sunday, and if you can join. If not, we'll do it again at some other time.
All right,
awesome. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Cool.
See ya.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
All right. Another one down. These Skol with the Enemies, they've been good. These guys, both of their podcasts, they think they just started them this season, both of them, and they did well. And like this has been going a lot better since we've been getting podcasters and not just random fans on Facebook that come on here and don't know how to turn their equipment on. And then we ask them about players on the team and they don't know the names. These guys knew their stuff, so that makes us a lot more enjoyable. I can't wait to get to playing against some NFC teams.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's gonna bring a little bit more animosity. Like when we're talking to guys are like, okay, now we're playing you to try to get into the playoffs. So that'd be good. Like the Bears one. That Bears one was fun. Can't wait to have those guys back.
Yeah, that was a lot of talking back and forth on that one. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah. I can't wait to get Packers on here because that's when the nice Cody goes away.
Yeah, we're done from there.
All right, so why don't you guys go ahead and get to the 5 keys to this game?
All right, so the first key of the game, we know what our offensive line is, right? It's not good. It's not good at holding a pocket. So Carson Wentz needs to go back to 2017 Carson Wentz and move the pocket. We need to move that pocket around. KOC needs to come with some sort of game plan. There's play action boots, a lot of that this year, especially if you see Myles Garrett cutting in right? He's over pursuing after the quarterback. Boot to his side, then let him have to turn his hips. You throw a direct pass to the tight end. And Carson Wentz, don't be afraid to not throw that ball to that tight end on that 3-yard check down. You're still got to move the pocket forward, right? Just moving the pocket against this team. The offensive line is not good right now. Blake Brandle's probably our starting center on Sunday. Guy that is it's just, I think this is
rough.
time playing center. But I do have belief in Blake Brandle, believe it or not, more belief than Michael Juergens. I think he's part of this offense. He knows what the pass protections are supposed to be. So move the pocket. It's all on Blake Brandle to call those pass protections. Hey, we're sliding the pocket right because he's booting right. Like just move the pocket. That's all we need to do this game.
You say it like it's easy, but I don't know with this patchwork we have. I mean, it's a good plan. It's a good plan, and let's see them try it. But I'm just scared of anything that's just block the man in front of you. I'm just scared. I don't know if they can do that. So. Yeah. But it's a good one. If they can successfully do that and, give Carson Wentz a little bit more time to make something happen, then this should be an easier game.
Mm-hmm.
Number two
is do not let that Browns run game get going. Basically, since we know they're starting a rookie quarterback and this is going to be his first start, the easiest thing to do is get the run game going for them and have Dylan Gabriel hit the easy throws and then take a chance when he can. To avoid all that, we just got to make sure there is no run game for him. Make Dylan Gabriel beat us. B-Flow, you have a great defense, but we need to find a way to slow down these running backs, especially Junkins. He has gone on to a phenomenal start for a rookie running back. So please find a way to contain him. Don't let him get going.
I like that. And the Rams just played to win the game and lost the game. They could have kicked the field goal to tie it up with 3 minutes left in overtime. Instead, they went for it on 4th and 1 and got stopped.
There's levels to great teams.
Packers was like, see?
All right, what's the third key to this game?
Third key to this game, I think with our patchwork offensive line, the Browns are going to be sending the house. Because outside of guys like Myles Garrett with the one pressure look, I think they're going to send the house to with those linebackers that our Browns counterparts were talking about. They're going to send them on blitzes. And what we need to do to defeat those blitzes is you need to throw screens and throwing screens into those blitzes. Xavier Scott is your running back too. Utilize him as the screen guy this game. I talk a lot of crap about Xavier Scott. It's only because I don't want to hand Xavier Scott the ball. I want to hand Jordan Mason the ball. Utilize Xavier Scott in the screen game. I think that's how we're going to defeat this pass rush that I definitely foreseeing the Browns giving us a lot. The Browns are also ranked 6th worst in the NFL against the screen.
We got an honorary 4th key to the game. Alex is on one today. Alex is not in a good mood. He's off of that bipolar we just lost mood. But wait till we win this game by 3 on the last second field goal, Alex. You'll be back. You'll be back. What's our 4th key?
Our 4th key is get creative with the blitzing. Like I said, for the 2nd key, Dylan Gabriel is a rookie quarterback. Make his life a living hell. Once we stop the run game, have people blitzing. Get a cornerback blitz going. Get a safety blitz going. I don't remember the last time I see Harrison Smith lined up near the line of scrimmage. Have him blitz. Hell, find out if Dale Jackson can blitz. Make sure Dylan Gabriel don't know which 4 people are rushing. If we can get the blitz going on early, he's going to be seeing ghosts, and he's going to be confused as to who he should be looking out for.
I like it. And the final one?
The final one is figure out the mistakes early. Right? Vikings continue to make mistakes and don't adapt till late in games. We're being outscored besides the Bengals game 55-3 in the first quarter. And it's what Fish has been saying, penalties, mistakes, dumb mistakes. Right? Look at games 1, 2, and 4. Just dumb mistakes. KOC, you see those mistakes happen, maybe you change up your snap count, your cadence. Hey, Carson, just hike it on 1, right? Maybe you need to do hurry offense, right? Hurry offense, snap it on 1. Hurry offense, snap it on 1. right? Until you can get this offensive line kind of gelling, I think you need to figure out something within your scheme. And so these long snap counts, these motions that we're seeing all over the place, maybe you just need to stick to regular, simple, stupid football like we did with Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? Like, figure that out. Get this offense aligned to gel one piece. So we stop making these stupid mistakes early.
And score early, right?
Yeah, 55-3. I mentioned that. It's not good.
Up tempo is something we have not seen out of this team this year.
Have not.
Probably because it takes us too long to get our play calls in to do it.
Mm-hmm. Need to change something.
You fellas have Gallahorns?
Ooh. Maybe.
I could come up with one.
Go ahead, Cody. Give us one.
I got a galley, right? I'm gonna call it a galley because that's like that word is something different, right? I think. Nope, I do not have a galley. Actually, I just lost it.
All right, what do you think are the chances that we will actually be over 500 at the end of the next 4-game stretch after the bye? We went over it earlier. We got Philly, we got Detroit, we got the Chargers, and who was the fourth team? Was it Washington? What do you think are legitimately in your heart? What do you think are the chances we're going to be above 500 by the end of that stretch?
I'm gonna go.
Give me a percentage.
60
in my heart. 60.
Yeah, I'm going 60.
I think. Oh gosh, don't do it, Keith. Why are you doing this, Keith? Why? Just shut up. I'm like at 80%. I feel very confident that we're going to be at least 5-4 after those 4 games. T-Bass is 10%.
Yeah, I'm with T-Bass. I'm at like a 20%. The teams are gonna, besides the Ravens, because they're not looking good, and if Lamar's out, we have a better chance. I'm at 20%. The Eagles are good. Lions are really good. Chargers are really good. I think we're at 500 after this game. Like,
so you think we're 5-4?
Yeah, Lions, Chargers, Ravens, Eagles. That's 4.
And then we're playing the Browns.
Browns. Yeah, I would say we're 5-4. So I can see. Then that's
above 500.
Lamar Jackson's back. No, we're not 5-4. We're 4-5.
What about you, Michael Fish? Where you at?
About 80%.
My man. I'm confident we get at least 2 of those games, and I'm confident we're gonna get. I'm confident we're gonna get this one on Sunday. I'm waking up early again, and you know what? I've actually been thinking about that. As much as I hated having to wake up for it, I actually enjoyed that day. The day seemed like it was a very long day, and it's a day off, but that day just seemed like it was forever. Like when the 1:00 games were starting, 1:00 for me. When those games were starting, I was like, these games are just starting right now. And like, I went to bed at a good time. Normally on Sunday, I'm up late and gotta wake up, early for work on Monday. So I was in bed, 8:30, 9:00, and I had a long ass Sunday. So kind of appreciate it. And then waking up and going to get my coffee and it being all quiet outside and everything, there was something peaceful about it. I learned to embrace part of this early game.
Doing the aftercare at 9:30 in the morning, you didn't have any neighbors out running their leaf blower on their car or whatever.
Oh no, they moved. They actually moved away. So it's actually been pretty nice, to be honest. What's up, Timmy? But overall, I do still hate the 10 a.m. games. Like everybody complains that their games are at noon and 1:00 the first start. I'm like, man, that sounds wonderful. Oh, your Sunday night football's at 7? That's awesome. So if I could change, I still would. I think the Midwest has it the best. East Coast, Might be a little late. What, 8 o'clock for like Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football? Yeah, it's pushing it a little bit. I don't know how many of those Monday night games I'd watch to the end if it wasn't my team involved.
Or have an aftercare afterwards.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could not imagine like doing that to myself, making me have to come on here at like 11 o'clock at night just to do an aftercare.
That'd be crazy.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. I think we're past those though, right? I think we're past night games on our schedule.
We don't have any more?
Unless we get flexed into one, which I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Code, do you remember your Gallahorn?
Yeah, I remembered. I didn't want to say it at first because it's a pretty bad Gallahorn. If the Vikings lose to the Browns, are you going to write the season off?
Oh, I feel like I'm being attacked here.
I mean, it's the Browns. I mean, they did.
No, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to write the season off. Because our franchise starting quarterback isn't playing when we're playing the Browns. We keep losing when he comes back, then I'll write the season off.
I guess I am because I'm bipolar. I'm a bipolar Viking fan, and I'm gonna be very pissed off that I had expectations of us being either 4-1 or 5-0. Those were the only two options for me, and those are both already out the window. Now I'm trying to salvage that by saying, okay, maybe we'll be 3-2, but maybe we'll get a win or two that I didn't expect after the bye. So I was like, we can still fix this and make it okay. But if we lose to the Browns and we end up going to the bye 2-3, I don't know that we can fix that. So
and then we'll beat Philadelphia, and Keith will be like, Super Bowl!
Super Bowl, yeah. I mean, in my heart, I always want us to win and always think that we're going to win. So if I was just going with my heart, I'd say, no, I'm not writing it off because I'm still going to get up every morning. I'm still going to put my jersey on. I'm still going to hope that we win. But if we go to 2-3, yeah, I'm going to be pretty down on this and probably start talking tank talk.
You know what the worst part about it? If we do lose the Browns, we get a whole week of a bye to reflect on it. And I'm not looking forward to that if that does happen.
I'm going to be fucking
we're still in it.
We're giving the Packer fan some satisfaction right now that just tied to the Cowboys and gave up 40 points.
Yeah.
What about you, Shaq?
Cowboys?
I'm not ready to give up on the season, even if we lose to the Browns. I think the Packers just lost to the Browns, so clearly the Browns aren't as bad as we think they are.
That's fair.
Yeah, Packers
lost. But maybe the Packers aren't as good as some people think they are because they tied the Cowboys.
Yeah, then they tied the
they lost to the Browns.
So I'm not ready to write the season off.
Who the Packers beat the second game?
The Reds
beat Detroit week 1.
Which week 1 anything happens.
They beat the Commanders and then they beat the Lions.
And granted, we do appreciate them beating the Lions.
Yes. Low key.
Yep, definitely appreciate that.
And that's what we didn't. We should have said we appreciated the Browns beating the Packers. We should have gave them that.
I think we did.
I think we did.
Did we? Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
You got one, Shaq?
Yeah, so my one question is, I know we didn't really have no prep time for it, but looking at the current state of the Vikings right now, what is one player you would trade for to improve this current team?
That's a good question,
Shaq. The center from the Ravens.
Yeah.
Is that Lindbaum?
Yeah. Go Hawks.
And that's actually kind of viable, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't. I don't think they took his 5th year extension, so I think he will be available as a free agent, but it wouldn't be cheap. I mean, maybe like a 2nd rounder, but I'd be okay with that because he's a young center, and obviously Ryan Kelly, he's probably done. But even if he wasn't, like if he tried to come back this year, he's not here next year. So now we got a nice young center to put next to Fries and next to Donovan Jackson. So that's where I will go with it.
Matthew Stafford.
I can't
Was that
believe
real? That was real?
Yeah.
I got to hear the justification here.
Well, he has a good justification after tonight's game. That's pretty good.
I mean, they're 2-3. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think JJ is the answer, but I think that we could be underwater quickly if things go wrong. And I think that he would make things very right away. But I actually prefer the Ravens center. All things being
What about you, Cody?
So I'm going to go with 2 players from one team. And it's been talked about in the media that we're pretty good favorites of trading for him. It's going to be Dexter Lawrence or Evan Neal. I think adding Evan Neal to this team for the right tackle position puts a great backup on the right tackle position in case Brian O'Neill misses more of an extensive time past the bye week, and also solidifies that for if Brian O'Neill is going to miss more time down the future in case he does get hurt again with that. It's an MCL sprain, right? And the next guy, Dexter Lawrence, I think if you solidify a no shit run stuffing defender up the middle in which we could not stop against the Falcons nor Gainwell, who was about 210 pounds versus the Steelers, I think adding Dexter Lawrence could solidify our defense as even being better, which will keep our offense in the game. So it's those 2 players.
Hold on. I got to listen with my good ear. What did you just say about Dexter Lawrence again?
Stopping the run.
A what? What is he?
A run.
But
Nose
what
tackle?
is he?
A defensive tackle.
He's a nose tackle, right?
No, he said nose tackle.
Well, he'll be
This
a defensive
defense
tackle.
don't need nose tackles that can stop the run. I just spent months hearing that shit.
But we don't use a nose tackle. That's the issue.
He's being sarcastic, Cody.
I know.
I don't think you do.
No, I do. I just don't see it because we don't use a true nose tackle. We just use a defensive tackle.
But
Yeah.
you just said we need one.
We need a defensive tackle
That can stop the run.
that can stop the run. Doesn't need to be.
He's still not getting the sarcasm. Fish is agreeing with you.
I know he is, but I'm
But
just saying.
some people are telling him we got Dexter Lawrence at home with Jalen Redmond.
I mean, we have a great set of defensive tackles, but they're pass rushing defensive tackles, right? It's not. The B-Flow's defense. You're not adding Dexter Lawrence to be a nose tackle because there is 0 nose tackles in B-Flow's defense. There's no such thing as a nose tackle. It's 2 defensive tackles. That's it.
You do realize, Cody, that we had like a top 5 run defense last year, right?
Yes, with no nose tackles.
Yeah. I mean, but our defensive tackles are not going to. We are so going to reverse the roles here all the way, buddy.
But I mean, if you get defense, he's not going to be a nose tackle. That's the thing. He is a nose tackle, but he's not going to play nose tackle in this scheme of B-Flow.
We are a base 3-4. We go out of it, but we are a base 3-4. When LDR is in the game, he is playing as a nose tackle. He just sucks at it. Oh my God, Cody just said we need a run stuffer.
So my 2 players I'm gonna go with is I'll take Roquan Smith off the Ravens defense. We need that linebacker who could actually cover and defend the run. And offensive wise, I'll go Bijan Robinson. Give me an elite fucking running back.
Oh, you're just going straight Madden trade.
Yeah.
I'm going Super Bowl. I'm going forget these picks. We got a bunch of the beast picks that we don't want to see taking 3-4 years to develop. Oh, he's actually pretty good after 3 years. Once Justin Jefferson's in his 30s and Jordan Addison wants to get paid, and then JJ McCarthy finally starting to hit stride when he turned 27.
I'm gonna let you know, Shaq. You can add 3. You only get 3 players or 3 draft picks to trade in Madden. You can add 3 first-round draft picks. You're still not getting Bijan Robinson in Madden right now. I tell you that.
Shaq says, I'm tired of having UDFAs starting for us, and it takes them 5 years to get really good. I want a quality first rounder to come in and change our game right away.
You need it.
So these people are tired of hearing our positivity, guys.
What was positive about that? He talked about plays we need on the team.
Damn, that was damn near negative the whole show.
Because we're 4 weeks in and we're still talking about this team has a chance to make the playoffs.
Do we not? I didn't know we got eliminated already.
What's wild is I said this team wasn't a good team earlier than my calls it was. This team's a playoff team still. I don't think they really listen that much.
That actually was pretty wild, Cody, because I knew what your call was going to be, and then I heard you talking. I was like, how's he going to say that we're going to make the playoffs? He's sounding like Alex.
I'm trying to catch those views, bro. Like at certain points, what we get.
Did you say you was Keith?
I was going to try not to. I said my trade. No, because what I have, you guys have already answered multiple times, and I was gonna ask, do you guys think that this season we should just continue to roll with Carson Wentz to try to go for the playoffs, or should, when JJ's ready to go, should we put him in and worry more about the development of JJ than trying to actually win?
I'd rather see the development. I want to see JJ McCarthy develop. I think he's built up.
I want to put a qualifier out there that at this point in time, I actually think our playoff chances might be better with Carson Wentz, just because he gives us immediate. We've looked more like an NFL offense these past 2 games, and I can't deny that. JJ McCarthy did have that fourth quarter, and I have all the faith in him and believe in him, and it's going to take time to develop him. So to develop him means being okay with taking some losses.
Yes, and I felt like Carson Wentz definitely when our offensive line was depleted, and we made that comeback in the second half. Our offense looked like an NFL offense with Carson Wentz, but I'm looking at the future of this team. I think this team was built around to develop JJ McCarthy and not make the playoffs. Honestly, I thought it was built around him. Hey, get him confidence in his first year actually starting. And then we'll see what he does when we start losing these players when we build at certain different spots. So I'd rather see the future happen. I'm looking at this season like, hey, man, this isn't a Super Bowl contending team yet, in my opinion. It looks good on paper, right? But just like the 2013 Eagles, it looked really good on paper with 31 plus new starters out of their 53. We have 27 this year. They went 3-13, I think. It wasn't good, right? So I'm looking at the progression in the future of the Minnesota Vikings, and it starts with JJ McCarthy.
Does anybody disagree with Cody?
I'll
Not one bit.
I'll say if we wasn't ready for JJ McCarthy to play this season, we should have just kept Sam Darnold and had JJ back on the bench. But that's another story for another day. So he has no choice but to play.
About time, Travis. We need all the luck and good juju we could get.
Yeah.
I think they hope JJ will work out. Injuries are the main issue.
Yeah, the injuries are a problem. That's for sure. That's a fact.
Need some ginger Jesus.
You're losing progression. You're losing the progression part. He keeps getting injured.
All right. So I haven't been able to update you guys on our score predictions because we've been doing it with the teams, but I do want to let you know what the standings are. Fish, last week you had the Vikings 21-17. You hit the Vikings score, so you got 0 points exactly. Me, I predicted 30-16. Vikings win. I got everything wrong. I got -1 points. Cody, same with you, -1 points. Shaq, you had 21-13 Vikings, so you had 0 points because you get a negative if you predict the wrong team. So that puts us at our season total. Shaq is in the lead with 3 points. Cody with 2. Fish also has 2. And I'm slump busting with 1. Maybe I need to pick a real score, right, Cody?
Yeah, probably should.
Out here with these soccer scores.
He's picking the 3.5 and not the 3.
All right, so with that, let's go ahead and get into our hot takes. Who's ready? All right, Shaq, go ahead. You're never ready. You go ahead and go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. It doesn't have to be Vikings related, right?
Typically.
So I do it. It kind of is Vikings related. So my hot take is AJ Brown will not be an Eagle when the Vikings play the Eagles.
Oh, okay. You brought that around. Okay, I'll take it. I'll accept it. I'll allow it. What do you got, Cody?
The Vikings will score 2+ touchdowns in the first half against the Cleveland Browns this game.
He's saying hell. He's been holding that in, waiting to say it all show.
Please, Lord, let it happen.
All right, I like it. For mine, we've been getting sacked at a historic rate. Like as far as percentage of dropbacks and passes, we got sacked 6 times last game. So in this game, my hot take has nothing to do with that. Our defense will get at least 5 sacks in this game against the Cleveland Browns.
I like it. Cam Robinson's in trouble.
Yes, sir. All right, Michael Fish, say the best for last.
The Cincinnati Bengals are going to shock the world and beat the Detroit Lions by 2 scores this Sunday.
What? If that hot take hit, all of our hot takes hit.
He's trying to hold on to a 7-win team.
I didn't want to laugh like that, Fish. I wasn't going to, but then you put in the 2 scores by 2 scores. Like the win, I was like, maybe something happens. Maybe like their bus crashes, which I don't hope happens. But like then you said 2 scores, man. I don't even know if they scored 2 times last game. All right.
It was a bomb, and then he threw.
I've been playing a mile the last couple of weeks, man. I had to go.
Fish just tries to find a way to fight with the Lions fans.
I love the Lions fans that interact with us.
What about the Packer fans that interact with us?
They're all right.
They got good takes. They got bad takes. Mostly bad.
Mostly terrible.
They need to start Marshawn Lloyd.
Is he healthy?
No.
They don't need to start every.
He's been chomping at the bit. He's been trying for 40 minutes to get on this call.
Yeah, he's been trying the bit. So I'm gonna give Steve 5 minutes to say what he's got to say to us, and we're gonna all talk shit back to him, and then we're gonna get out of here.
He's got to be on camera first. No blank screens.
I can't go on cam.
He's a
all right, well, Steve.
secret
Okay, here's the deal, Steve. We are eventually going to play the Packers at some point, and we're going to need enemies to be Packer fans, but we can't do it like this. So you got to decide at that point.
Well, like with what?
You got to be on camera if you're going to be on the enemy segment.
Oh, well, okay. I when that time comes, I'll try to get things working for that. When we play you guys.
Right.
But,
that's like.
Well, right. The thing is, like I said, the Lions, if I watch that game, and, now no excuses, no nothing, whatever, but, man, I'm telling you right now, Garrett was held, I do not know how many mother effing freaking times, and 2, Flacco threw the ball deep down the field. there was a Browns receiver within 20 yards of where he was throwing, and it gets intercepted by Curtis Joseph. I mean, where was he throwing? I mean, like you guys say, fish fights with the Lions fans. I kind of go because they come around and we're now kings of the north again, and we're this, we're that, and whatever. You know what? The season is still early. This is only week 4. Now, I heard that Ed Policy, our new president, whatever, he done sit there and said he's not putting up with this nonsense that's going on in Green Bay. I'm looking for some big ass changes to happen. I mean, there's rumors and stuff that if we kind of falter somehow this season, don't be surprised LaFleur is gone.
Talk about sounding different from the preseason, Steve.
Yeah, I was like, wow, those rumors. Where are those rumors coming from? But you lose to the Browns and you tie the Cowboys. All of a sudden, yeah.
No, whoa. I'm just going by what I heard. What Policy said. This is not what I'm saying. I'm just going under the notes and whatever.
Yeah, you're saying it with some emotion, though. I mean, you're not just.
Hey, whoa. But you know what? I can sit here and I'll say this. I love football. I love my Packers. And whatever happens, happens. I can't control it. But I know what's going on in this damn sport. And I'm not going to sit here and put you guys, the Vikings, down because you know what? I think you guys still have a solid team besides maybe the quarterback play. But you know what? The NFL league, like I said, it's funny. When I saw in these games, like I said, Parsons was held. Hell, there was a intentional grounding by Dak was not even called. I mean, but this happens in every game. There's so many penalties that should be called in games that's not, and it's turned. And like everybody says, it's Vegas, it's the officials, and there's so much crap. So that's why I just sit there and say, we win, okay, great, we win. We lose, I don't care. What am I going to do? Because I watch these games. That's why I ask. When you guys watch a game, do you guys see any of this? Do you guys see certain players? Like you guys got some really key defensive guys on that defense. Do you guys see them getting held? Do you guys? I mean,
to answer your question for me, Steve, yes. I mean, because I go back and rewatch, and then I do some all 22 work and all that type of stuff. I'm looking for stuff. So yeah, I mean, I don't see everything. I'm not gonna pretend like I see everything, but yeah, I catch some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I totally feel where you come from, Steve. Like every time I play the Packers, it's like, what the fuck? There's no way we're not getting to the backfield with they holding ass offensive linemen. But the rest still seem to see it, and it is what it is.
Right. See, I'm not giving up on on us. Yeah, I mean, okay, we lost to the Browns. Oh no, and was it great that we tied the Cowboys? No, I mean it sucked, but you know what? I believe things can happen. It's still early. And look, I'm waiting to see what we do until week 12 when we do play you guys. That's our next division game. You guys, week 12.
Hey, Steve. I said Josh Jacobs would slow down towards the end of the year. You're looking at Josh Jacobs' stats throughout the years. He's always been averaging over 4 yards a carry. He's averaging 3.2 yards a carry this year.
Yeah.
Could that be the problem? Yes, he slowed down. So you need
I don't think he's one. Our offensive line right now is not in good shape. We got a lot of key guys out. I mean, I even saw to where Josh Morgan has been getting beat up. He's being moved all over the offensive line. He's either left guard, next you know he's right tackle, or he's left tackle, whatever, and boom, in the same game. He's being moved on and he's getting beat up. Our offensive line right now is in shambles. You guys think you guys got a bad offensive line? I don't think your offensive line is as bad as ours yet. See, I
thought you said you watched football.
Huh?
I thought you said you watched football because you would know that's not the truth.
What?
Like we're going to be playing a guy at center who's never snapped the ball in the NFL as a center, or I don't think he's ever done it at any level.
We played it.
Center.
We played an undrafted free agent at left tackle, probably the second most important position in football this year, and that's 2 games we played him at.
Our starting left guard this week's an undrafted free agent this year.
So you guys got some key guys also injured on your offensive line?
3
of our 5.
3 out of the 5 starters are hurt.
Okay, because I know you guys went out in free agents this year and picked up what?
And those guys haven't played one snap together. All 5 of them. We haven't had one snap together, and we won't.
Ryan Kelly got his 2nd concussion this year. Donovan Jackson had wrist surgery. He's out till after the bye. And Brian O'Neill hurt his knee, and he's out till either Philadelphia.
At least after the bye.
At least after the bye.
Oh, what about this Darisaw? I keep on hearing stuff about Darisaw.
He's back.
He's back. He's the only bright spot, even though he gave up 3 pressures and a sack. Like, he's still the bright spot on this O-line.
Okay.
The one game where we had Darisaw, Jackson, and we even had a Ryan O'Neill for the beginning of the game, which was Cincinnati, we looked great.
How come I don't see any Viking fans talking about this? What's his name? Xavier Scott?
Because he's not.
We do.
We talk about him, but like, there's not much to talk about. Like, he came in and he made some plays, but like, he's not a cog in his offense.
No, he's an undrafted free agent.
He does in the screen game, but we're not going to line him up in the I formation and run a power run play off with him.
If you're asking if you should pick him up in fantasy, I would say no.
Yeah, definitely.
He is a screen guy, and he might pop off for 1 or 2 screen catches a game, but you can't hand him the ball. He averages like less than a yard a carry. But we talked about him in preseason, and he's doing exactly what we said he would do at that time. He's going to be good in the screens.
Is he good coming out of the backfield? Is he a good catcher?
No,
yes.
So your ceiling for Xavier Scott is probably 2 receptions for 40 yards. That's your ceiling.
I can see him getting a touchdown this week.
Okay.
Sure.
Anybody who can catch the ball at least one time has a chance of getting a touchdown.
Yeah, but if it's in the red zone, he's not touching the ball.
Well, he did this.
Well, if you want, we can trade you Xavier Scott for Marshawn Lloyd. Straight up.
What's that?
We can trade you Xavier Scott for Marshawn Lloyd straight up.
Hey, Emiliano, I hear what you're saying, and I don't use the injuries as an excuse for where we're at, but we can still talk about it. It's still something to bring up and talk about and discuss. But after seeing what the Lions went through last year and, still had a pretty successful season, even though they choked in the playoffs, yeah, it's hard to make an excuse about injuries, and I really don't. But we absolutely can still talk about it. But I still expect to win every week.
The key cog for the Niners is they haven't had Joey Bosa healthy for I think his whole career, and that defense is still good. They were bad last year because they're missing 8 out of the 11 starters on the defense last year. Adding without Joey Bosa does not stop that defense at all.
And they got good when they got Fred Warner back.
Mm-hmm.
All they had to do was get Fred Warner back, and they suddenly were good again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Steve, I'm going to get these guys out of here, so give us your last hot take that you want to spit at us. I got to work tomorrow. It's getting late.
Well, I'm just saying, don't give up. It's too early.
Oh,
you guys don't either.
Check in with me at about 10 o'clock my time on Sunday before you say that.
Man, it's like me. We got to buy this week. We're 2-1-1, and I'm just like, I'm not sweating a damn thing. I'm just gonna let things play out. We're going to get some guys back after the bye. We'll see how things roll then.
All right, buddy.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to be getting out of here because, like I said, it's what? 9:15. 9:15. Guys, I got work in the morning.
You poor guy.
Great. But this is what I do, to put on for the people,
9:15. Soldier on, Keith. Soldier on.
This is my work Friday. This is my work Friday, guys. I gotta get up and
I actually got to
gotta
work
get
tomorrow
there.
too.
Oh, Fish, why didn't you tell me? If you would have told me that, I would have ended this thing like an hour ago.
I know. I expect us to run for another 45 minutes now.
If you would have told me, but yeah. So do you guys got a second hot take actually? And George Blunt, keep long poke out of your mouth. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get out of here. Shaq, what's your final words?
I just want to say thanks for the Browns fans for joining us tonight. If you're on the YouTube, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to grow this Let's Go channel to bigger heights. If you're feeling real generous, you can always click on that $sign and send a little donation. Or if you don't want to do it on YouTube, you can send it to Let's Go Cash App, $sign Let's Go Cash App. And, we appreciate anything that gets sent. And for the Vikings, please show up. Please be ready for this weekend. I'm not trying to see another boring offensive game until the fourth quarter.
Unless we win. No, I'm not complaining about it anymore.
No, I need more.
If we get a safety on their first possession and we win 2-0, I'm gonna celebrate that like we Super Bowl bound. A win's a win, Shaq.
Ain't no nuance around here. Dub is a dub.
There's no nuance to victory.
Hell no.
Let us go on a little winning streak, and I might change.
Does that put us above the Packers if we win? No.
No.
Yeah, we have 3 wins. They only have 2.
Yeah,
they have 2.5 wins.
Yeah, that's put us above them.
They got 2.5 wins.
Sitting at third place,
and they lost. They lost to the Browns. So as of right now, we do.
And they got an NFC loss now. They got an NFC loss like we do. Well, no, they got tie. I don't know.
Look at a game and a half. I think it's a game and a half behind.
We would have a higher win percentage.
Yeah, we'd have a higher win percentage, but yeah, I mean, technically, we'd probably still be in third. But it'd still be. We got 3 wins. They don't, and that's the bottom line. All right, what do you got, Fish?
For Vikings fans, by Vikings fans, let's have a good time on Sunday. I'll be listening to the game again while at work, and then joining you for the aftercare. Let's hope that it's a better listen than this previous Sundays, so that way I can be excited when I join you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, especially those Browns fans. They were really good conversation. Everybody that's watching and commenting, love you, appreciate you. And let's go. Let's get to 3-2. Let's do this.
All right. Cody.
Great show tonight. We love being on Thursday. Put the polls up. We wanted to see what you guys wanted to do on Fridays, if you wanted to do it or not. I'm in the Army, and I'm starting Expert Infantryman's badge. It started yesterday, and we're training up. We're building the sites, so we're going to see a lot of great soldiers in this country, a lot of good war fighters about to get expert in their proficiency. It's only a 7% pass rate to get it. You can only grade it if you actually got the badge. So it's a high honor if you go do it. I got my badge. I'm looking forward to see all these war fighters, all these killers ready to go get theirs. So I'm excited for the future in the next 2 weeks while being still, doing this Army thing. But other than that, hey, it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. They started you all weekend on the night. Have a plan. Be safe, right? Be good or be good at it. That's all. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Timmy, not Saturday night on the regular, but we will start throwing in some Saturday nights. We haven't done a Skol and Chill yet, so some of those will be coming, but I absolutely could not do it every Saturday night because Saturday is kind of the day I give my family just because, all through the week I'm working on the show. Then Thursday I'm doing the show. Then Sunday I'm watching football. Saturday is kind of that day where it's like, all right, whatever you guys want to do, we're doing. And I got the honeydews and all that. So Saturday will work for me. But we will be having some Saturday shows coming up, just doing the Skol and Chills. That's our show. I mean, we could go 17 more minutes to get 3 hours, Fish, if you like. We'd like to
K-Pop Demon Hunters Part 2 is coming out soon, Keith. So get ready.
Hey, it's a spin-off. It's going to be a short movie. It's going to be a short show.
No, it's not. It's going to be 3 hours long.
Well, that one's coming too.
Well, since we're talking about cartoons, Adventure Time, Fiona and Kate
All right.
coming back out.
All right, guys. So that was a good show. Thank you for everybody who listened. Thank you for everybody who checked in and stayed. I'm sorry, I'm actually really am getting tired and getting delusional here. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. We'll see you guys on Sunday, bright and early after we beat the Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Fight on.